since hitting the button. Alright, let's do this thing. Let me post in the Discord and get it all set up. Okay. What were we doing? But yeah, today, another chill stream. I'm loving this, like, extended week one. Um, in my opinion, it is super chill, and I love it. Because it's just giving me plenty of time to get these alts leveled to 80, and also get my Mistweaver geared out. So let's go ahead and hop in a queue. And then, okay, so we've got YouTube all configured. Let me pull up YouTube chat, and then we'll be rolling. It's like so many steps to go live. Okay, so I can now see YouTube chat, and we're going. And the timing here actually works out perfectly because I just posted my Paladin 1-minute guide. I'm very late to that one. Like I still have Holy Priest to go. But like my other ones were posted in time. Like they were posted like perfectly before everyone started gearing out. Goodness. The Paladin one was posted after everyone's already probably geared their Paladin, so that's a big old oof on my part, but like I said, I had COVID. I was trying to record videos and it was just not working out. So, yeah, I finally felt like recording one, like I felt okay with it, and we went with it. Also, what is this effect? It looks like freedom. No, it doesn't. It looks weird, but it just like every few seconds it just pulses on me. What is that? Divine favor? Wow, echoing freedom. Is that it? No, I'm still getting it. Does anyone else have this effect on them? Fact the mount. But happy to be here anyway. Yeah, the mount's really cool. They're still doing the mount promotion. Let me double check though. I've double checked, so let me triple check that the mount's still going on, that all the drops are enabled and everything. Because we don't want to be that guy, you know. Okay, so every other streamer has, yeah, drops and +2 gifted subs. Okay, so we're chilling. Well, what's up, Seal and Panda? Good to see you back. Hopefully you had a good weekend. And it's also Labor Day, so happy Labor Day to anyone that trickles in. But we're waiting on a queue, so we can so our labor can be put to use. What's up, Roars? Welcome in. Good to see you back. I love, like, one of the coolest things about streaming is, like, I feel like I do start to grow attached to some of you guys. Not like attached, maybe that's not the right word, but like it's nice seeing like like people back each time. It's like good to talk to you guys, because sometimes I'll hit go live and like one of you doesn't show up and I'm like, man, I missed you, you know, like, I don't know, maybe that's a little tacky, but okay, what are we doing? This actually sounds good. This person just gives us item enchantments. We like that. Eligible ring, enchanted with glimmering haste. Okay, so maybe it's because I'm an enchanter. But we could go ahead and do this while we're waiting on a queue. Also, healer queues have like tripled in time over the weekend. I don't know about you guys, or maybe everyone's just like, okay, I got all my alts done, we're taking a break, but not I. Complete the item enchantment tutorial by enchanting any ring using the enchantment given from Ellerden. Enchant ring glimmering haste. Don't mind if I do a free haste enchant. Oh wait, am I not enchanting? Oh, I forgot it's my it's my monk that's enchanting. Well, we just got a free item enchantment. And get some free stuff. Love to see that. Which one? This one? Yeah. Very cool. But anyone else that plays as a healer, have y'all noticed the queue times just like shot up? I don't know why. Are there just like a ton of healers playing right now, or what's going on? Kind of crazy.
Work cycle.
I feel like a healer sitting in a 5-minute queue just feels wrong. Take this other haste. Hey, what's up, Carrie? How are you doing? Welcome in. Good to see you guys back. In the EU, they've not. Ooh, interesting. So us NA server people are just like healers, like crazy. Long healer queues is crazy. Yeah, I was doing some leveling on the Paladin last night. Got it from like 70 to 74. And the queues took a long time. Like, they took a long time. But if you haven't seen Holy Paladin yet this tier, and why everyone is freaking out about them, not freaking out, but everyone's like so excited to play theirs, hopefully I can show you why. It's not that they're like broken. That's not what anyone's saying, I don't think, at least. But it's just that they're really good, and how they're good is very fun. So hopefully you're gonna see a bit of this in the video today. But as you noticed, we do a ton of spot healing, and that's cool and all. Look, certain classes are good at spot healing. Look at your Holy Priest, even your Resto Shamans. But why is it so special on Holy Paladin? Well, one, it's just, I don't know, it's like everything they do is a spot heal. But two, they have one mechanic, or one button that you can press once every 15 seconds that just says, hey, for the next few seconds, all of your healing is going to cleave. So watch this. I'm going to press it now, and then I'm going to spot heal into the tank, and you just see everyone else's health bar just rocket up. It's like, it's pretty crazy. So that is one of the reasons why I love Holy Paladin. It's like, yeah, you're spot healing, but that's cleaving too, you know? I'm a bit tired, but I'm fine. Had a good day at the job. Hey, you can't ask for anything better than just having a good time at work. If you're having a good time at work, then that's a happy life for sure. You know, Carrie, it's funny. It's funny that you say that you're a bit tired, because I woke up this morning way earlier than I normally do, like way earlier. And I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. I'll stay awake. And so I started trying to get some work done, you know, like edit some videos and level some characters and stuff. And then, like, as it got closer to lunchtime, I was like, dude, I'm getting so tired. Like, I am exhausted. So my wife, she has a bed in her office that we kind of use it like whenever like one of our family members comes to stay with us, like they stay in that room and stuff. And it's my old bed, the bed that I had before we moved in and got married together. And it just happens to be the actual most comfortable bed on the planet. Like, there's no more comfortable bed than that bed. So I lay down on it. I like, look, I'll sleep for like 30 minutes. Just give me my 30 minutes back. I'll be fine. I slept for like 4 or 5 hours. Okay, that's why the stream started late, because I was snoozing. But once you lay down in that bed, it is hard to get back up. Like, oh, it's so comfortable. But yeah, I was exhausted this morning. But now, after taking like a 4 or 5 hour extra bonus nap, dude, I'm ready to go. But I woke up like exhausted this morning. One thing that you know, you can tell when your tank doesn't track your cooldowns as a healer, because I've noticed ever since I swapped to the Holy Paladin, I guess healing is just so easy that tanks think that I'm struggling, but I'm not. Like, y'all see there, I'm not even using my cooldowns. Look at this whole bottom row. These are my cooldowns. Other than that, that's like a passive effect. But these are my cooldowns. I'm not even touching them. I'm just using my 15-second like rotational helper. Like, it's so good, Holy Paladin is. Now, granted, once we get up toward like level 80 and stuff, here, I'll use the cooldown here because that stuff hurts. But once we get higher up in like levels, you know, the scaling kind of gets out of whack and stuff. But I told this one warrior that I was running with earlier today, I was like, hey, look, if you want to pull the whole dungeon, I'm big chilling. If you're down, I'm down. And he was like, okay, word. And he went and pulled actually the whole dungeon. Like, well, he pulled up to the boss, then up to the boss, then up to the boss and stuff. And yeah, I mean, it was just like, he was like, okay, you're awesome, I want to run with you more. And I was like, yeah, you're a Chad tank, let's run some more. So we just like slammed some dungeons this morning. But Paladin feels pretty goated. Only 30 minutes. Yeah, a nap is never only 30 minutes. It's Mr. Fumbles. Welcome into the chat. I'm 582. What should I be doing now? I'm so lost. I think you've peaked. I think, Mr. Fumbles, if I'm being totally honest, I think 582 is about around the max item level that they've kind of allowed us up to this point. They're doing a really like slow roll of content. That way, like they don't want like people to just fully gear week one, you know. So they're really trying to like drip feed us like item level like raising stuff, and some people like that. Like myself, it's giving me plenty of time to level all of my alts, which is something that you could be doing, is start leveling like alts and stuff if you haven't already. But some people don't like it. People like people who are in similar situations to yourself, where they're like, I've leveled my one character, like what next, you know? So if you have alts, now is a great time to level them. If you don't have alts, my only answer is now is a great time to try out an alt, you know? I know I hate it, lol. I have to grind for heroics, yeah. I have 480s. Hey, what's a fifth, you know? No, but I think that's kind of just how they've designed it. But whether you love it or hate it, personally, I've tried to see it from like from the standpoint of any type of player, whether you're a super competitive, you know, like I need all my heroes or all my characters level 80 day one, or whether you're like a very casual player who like doesn't even intend on doing Mythic Plus, like what do you want to do? And I really like this because it gives people time to do like professions, to do alts, to just like chill, take it at their own pace. Um, so that is kind of what people are doing. Is if you are done with alts, if you're like, look, I can't, like I cannot sit down and get another alt to 80, like I just can't do it, then my recommendation would probably be professions. You can get some good profession work done. I saw a video today from this like not very like big creator, but you can find some like really good content from some unknown creators that kind of tell you like, hey, here's what you should be doing. I think it was something like True End Game was the YouTube channel's name, and so if you want to watch that, they basically said, hey, here's what you can be doing each week on each of your characters, and it was just like a long list of things I didn't even know about, like, hey, kill this like boss, like this little boss on the map every day on each of your alts, and I was like, oh, okay, sick. So you know, but that's like for the more casual people that care about like reputation and like transmogs and stuff. So I don't know. Basically, this time is for you to do what you want to do. So it's a lame answer, but for me personally, it's level more alts. You can never have too many alts. But for most, it's probably like professions after you get your alts done. Yeah, I can understand that. Just hate having to spam heroics. Yeah, you're not alone. A lot of people are like, it gets old. No matter who you are, it's like it's repetition. So it's like, yeah, you're gonna get tired of it eventually. Myself, I'm like, dude, I wish that I just went hard in the paint day one, so that I didn't have to still be here leveling characters. You know, like part of me wishes that. But then I'm like, you know what? I'm kind of grateful they're giving us like another week to just chill and get it done. I got max mining, so I'm working with smithing now. Ooh, got the combo going. I got my druid. I need to. My plan is after I get all of my characters to 80, I already have my monk at about like 580-ish item level. I think maybe like 570 something, but high enough, you know. And that's my main. So I plan on after that, I'm gonna do something I've never done before and max out a profession. And I think I'm gonna max out on my druid herbalism. Wait, you're not Daddy Brew? Oh goodness, Daddy Brew. I don't. Oh no, I'm not Daddy Brew. No. Oh, in the group. No, 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 no. Right now I'm playing on the Holy Paladin. That's so funny. Like, Delicia, how long have you been in here and you're just now realizing, wait, oh, he's playing a Paladin. That's so funny. Daddy Brew's a go-to name though. That's something I would pick. But that's so good. I don't know if that's a good thing about me, if that says anything good about me, that you can't tell what I'm playing, or if it's a bad thing, but we'll roll with it. Honestly, very creative burn, whether you meant for it to be or not. No, we're just gearing out these alts. You know how it is. And we're on the Paladin, which is just absolutely cranking. Did y'all see that one Holy Shock that, like, kind of full healed everyone? Crazy stuff. Got a fat Holy Light. Nah, this guy's got Burning Rush on. We're fine. I can't because I thought your main. I thought your main. No worries. Oh, yeah. I have a second monk that I do plan on taking to 80. Its name is just LB Ninja though. I don't with my monks, I don't really go too creative with the names. Well, for those of you who have been watching my channel since its inception, some of you, if you're still around, I'll let you kind of like see if you can remember, but does anyone remember what my monk's name was before it was LBN? Just by chance, did anyone watch back then and like know? Because y'all know, if y'all have noticed, like I go for like, I don't go for names that mean anything. Like I don't have like a naming convention, you know, like on the beta, I have like LB Ninja, LBB Ninja, LLB Ninja, you know, like I was just doubling letters and making them, all of my characters LB Ninja. But like I kind of go for names that I think that class would have. Like Trezan, I think is like a cool, like a baller paladin, give me a hammer and I'll smack things with it thing. But like my druid's name was Natra, you know, like I go for names that I think could fit in the world. And I think my old, hold on, my old monk name was kind of that. So if anyone remembers, but I doubt it. I mean, it's, you could probably just go find like an older video. I spend 4 hours naming the character, gotta fit the lore or not making it. Oh, for sure. I legitimately, all like the whole time I'm cooking dinner, like the night, the multiple nights leading up to me making an alt, that's like all I'm thinking about. It's like I'm in the shower, I'm just like, what could I name it, you know? Like, just racking my brain. I also apologize, I'm trying to mute the mic whenever I clear my throat. Like I said, this whole weekend I've had COVID, so it's like a weird respiratory COVID, so we're trying to just, whoa, let's lay on hands that guy. We're trying to get past it. Let's actually pop some cooldowns, because, ow. Tank, stay with us. But I'm trying to respect your guys' ears. I don't want it to be like sick ASMR, but y'all know the drill. Get well soon. I'm trying. Not gonna miss a stream for it. I'm feeling good now. It's just like a lingering like cough, you know. It's so annoying. But I'm the same way. I'm so annoying about naming characters. Like when I did D&D with my friends, that was what delayed our session. I was like, I don't know what I'm naming my character, and I was playing a monk. I ended up naming the character U, like YU. And I'm so glad that I did, because it led to so many funny moments where, like the DM would be voicing a character, and he would say like, you do something, and I would like, my character would chime in because he didn't really pick up on the fact that that's what he meant, is like, you as in the party does something, you know. I don't know. It was funny in the moment, but now that I'm saying it, it's like, okay, that's kind of lame. Hey, yo, got a pair of pants, got some nice breeches, but do we want to split up the tier set? Probably not. We'll give it some more time. All right, let's hop back into another queue. It does sound funny? Okay, good, because I don't know. It was funny in the moment. It led to some funny moments. Sometimes, like, I tried not to make it, like, happen every, like, too often. To make it like not get old and people be like, oh, you know, I didn't want that to happen. But there were some times that it came up where it was like people were actually LOLing. So I don't know, I was proud of it. But I don't know, I think I saw my, you want to see the most, while we wait on a queue, I have the most ratchet character sheet. I literally kept up with my character sheet in Microsoft Paint. It's ratchet. I'm not even going to pull it up because I think it'll flashbang if anything. But we are nearing level 75 on this alt. Once we get this done, we have the priest to go, but if we finish this character to 80 today, I feel like that's going to take the whole stream, right? Like, that to me, that seems like it's going to take a while. If you need a tank, I need something to do. Hey, Fumbles, get in here. Well, well, okay, after this one, Fumbles, you're up. No, but if any of you guys also want to level characters alongside me, 100% feel free. My character, you see his name right here. I think this one's Bleeding Hollow. So shoot me an in-game message or just like post your in-game name here, and I'll send you a message, and we'll group up after I slam this dungeon, obviously. But yeah, I 100% want to play with you guys. It is also hard, Mr. Fumbles, because most of my viewers also heal, and it's like one of us has to swap off healer if we're gonna play together. What? What the hell? All right, that's rude. But it also sucks because like most people don't want to watch me play like Ret Paladin or Prot Paladin, right? So I mean, I don't know. I only tank. Hey, perfect. Perfect. Dude, you're like one of like 3 people that watch me that only tank. So that is perfect. And I think the other 2 are in the EU. So Mr. Fumbles, the true test. Are you on NA servers? Can we actually play together or not? All right, tank. Wake up. Are you BB? Is this you? On NA. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, yes. I'll swipe you right up after this dungeon for sure. As long as you're still willing. Now these are normal dungeons because I am still leveling. So you'd probably either smash them or scaling would somehow weirdly cause you to get smashed. So who knows? Who knows? The scaling is so weird. But it's funny because people we're all working to get to 80 so quickly, but the amount of posts that I've seen on Reddit about how like everyone hates the game once they hit like 78 and like 79, they're like, this is the worst leveling experience ever. Levels 1 through 77 or 71 through 77 were amazing, but then they get up to the high levels and they're like, okay, this kind of sucks. What was that? Oh, that was that Frost Death Knight button. We're gonna pop our Aura Mastery, so our tank is tankier. Hey, okay. We kind of breeze through this healing. Once again, man, it just feels so good because historically, like Holy Paladin, or at least in recent history, Holy Paladin has like so many cooldowns compared to other healers. Immortal. Oh goodness, the characters. Okay, at least I can copy and paste, but Holy Paladin has so many different cooldowns, and the fact that their like base rotation feels more immediately impactful feels so good. It makes their cooldowns even that much more impactful. Because most of Holy Paladin's cooldowns are legitimately just, hey, empower yourself in one way or the other. Like, make your spells kind of cleave their healing, or give yourself a big boost of stats, you know? Instead of like your traditional like trinks, or you know, revivals or Chi-Gis. I guess Chi-Gi's kind of the same way. Let's dispel the tank stun. Dude, is our tank a bot? What's going on here? By the way, speaking of bots, have y'all encountered bots yet? Because I had a bot. It was a DPS player in one of my dungeons, like on one of the first days of the whole expansion. That was weird. It was very weird. But one thing I need to eventually go back through and do is gear out my shaman like I did my monk. If I'm going to be playing it to a meaningful level, I also want to keep up with its item level, like I have been on the monk. You have something targeted so I can throw my stuff at him.
It's too far away. I need to get closer.
Easy peasy. Love to see it. Alright, we're good to go, tank. Take us home. Get us out of here. But what's everyone been working on ever since you guys got your tunes to 80? What's been y'all's goal? I know some people are kind of taking a break. Hey, okay, I actually have some YouTube chats. I'm sorry, my YouTube chat was frozen. I just hit refresh. So we got Jer. Jer said can't decide between R Shaman and H Paladin. Help. Both of them look pretty strong. I think R Shaman's getting a lot more hype. Not a lot more, a bit more hype. But also with hype comes risk. So keep that in mind. However, both are looking great, and I don't think that they would nerf either of them into the ground a ton. So I hate to say it, but just play both of them, and until you decide, like, you have to decide which one you see yourself enjoying more for the long run, because the only difference between a main and an alt is that you take one to raid night. So whichever one you can see yourself raiding as is probably your best answer, because you know you play all of your alts in dungeons kind of thing, Jer. But then Pudge said, "How is Mistweaver Monk?" Mistweaver Monk's feeling good. You know, I honestly was afraid of its power level coming into this season, but it's actually surprised me. I'm really thinking it's gonna be another good Mistweaver Monk tier. The healing's crazy in raid. The healing is good in Mythic Plus. It gets the job done, which is all you can ask for in a healer. The damage is a bit lacking in Mythic Plus compared to some of the other healers, but then again, like, so is Holy Paladins, and it's getting a bunch of hype. So it's just that some of the healers can put out some crazy damage. So I don't think it's really a monk problem as much as it is just like a balance problem across the healers, you know? Some of the healers are like secret pocket DPS. But yeah, well, Mistweaver Monk feels so good. It's so much fun. Like, it has been a blast. I'm so looking forward to maining it this season again. More so than I was in like season 3 and 4 of Dragonflight, if that tells you anything. Yo, Labor Day stream. Yeah, happy Labor Day, Brother Bear. Hopefully you got the day off. I know my wife doesn't have the day off, but it's a very chill work day, I've been told. So basically a day off. You know, like when you go to school and all you do is watch movies in all of your classes, like in the last day of school. That's kind of what I see like Labor Day when they make you work, like, you know. How you like an HPAL? I'm loving it so far. Yeah, I came to apologize for switching from Mistweaver to main to Holy Paladin. Brian, you don't have to apologize. Play what you guys want to. I'll be making content on all the healers. It's just that I main Mistweaver Monk. You know, it's nothing different. Play what you want, and we'll all walk away happy. But I'm loving Holy Paladin. It feels like it is cranking. And Beacon of Virtue, you know, I've never really been a fan of it until this iteration. Like, all of your, like, it didn't feel as good in like a Glimmer build, in my opinion, because you couldn't really get as much value during your Virtue window. Let's pop it offensive. But now that all of your Holy Shocks do like so much more instant healing and stuff. Ooh, boy, that's crazy. I just said ooh boy, if that tells you how good it feels. Never said ooh boy, I don't know why I said it. But Holy Paladin brought that out of me. But yeah, it feels, long story short, ooh boy, it feels good. So yeah, Beacon slaps now. I don't know what they did. Did they like tune its numbers and I just missed it? But like, dude, Beacon of Virtue is crazy. I really do think it's just because they've put more like shock healing back into Word of Warrior, Eternal Flame, and Holy Shock. Making me say, ooh boy. And I will say, you know, Mistweaver Monk, you have a lot of actions per minute, and they're based pretty much on procs. Like, basically, like, after you press Blackout Kick, should you then press Tiger Palm or Rising Sun Kick? So like me as a Mistweaver that's trying to push high end content, I kind of like press them both within like the same frame or whatever to try to get like the fish of both of them. And so it just causes a lot of button presses, a lot of actions per minute. Um, and I think that's probably why my hand hurts, because ever since I've like been leveling my like Resto Shaman and my Holy Paladin, you don't really slam your buttons like you do. There's not many procs. I guess the only real proc here that you kind of like try to fish is like if you get a bonus Holy Shock, or like you get the cooldown reset of Holy Shock, you know? Um, but other than that, it feels pretty like set, your rotation. I'm leveling my HP now, almost 80, but I've been having a blast with Mistweaver again, not gonna lie. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm telling people is like, I think a lot of people have been like afraid of some of the rhetoric around Mistweaver, but I have to remind you guys that rhetoric always exists around Mistweaver. People are always afraid of it because it always starts out strong and people are like, oh god, it's gonna get nerfed because like it's Mistweaver, right? But I mean, it's feeling a lot stronger than I thought it would, and it's also it's so much fun. It is a blast to play right now. However, okay, it's Mr. Fumbles. I have your name. I don't have your realm. So I'm just gonna type in Dornagal chat. I'm just gonna type your name. um, but if anyone wants to get in here, I just posted in Dornagal chat. Just join up. Just shoot me a whisper. Shoot me an invite. Let's do a dungeon together. But yeah, Uldum. Okay. Yeah, Mistweaver is a fantastic time. All the little changes they've done, they just add up to make it a good time. Like honestly, you don't think it's gonna be that much more fun until you play it. And I've been trying to relay that throughout my whole beta testing experience. I'm like, guys, I'm telling you, don't sleep on this. This is a good time. And I think some people listened, some people didn't, but that's okay. Okay, I just tried to message you, Mr. Fumbles, and I could not. I don't know what to do. Almost 80. Next on the list is Resto Shaman. Yay. Resto Shaman's a good time too, Zero. You'll have fun. You'll definitely have fun on it. I remember back in Legion when Soothing Mist was castable while walking. That was insane. LOL, now we don't even use Soothing Mist anymore. Yeah, a lot of people have been wondering, like, hey, are they going to bring that back? Are you a blood elf? Probably. Probably. Why? Is there, like, something where we can't play together? Or is that a thing? I can't, like, group up with you because I'm a blood elf? Uh-oh. I think I am a blood elf. I don't know how to tell you, but titles. Nope. Where do I hover my mouse? I'm ally. So allies can't play with blood elves? That's cringe. Is that a thing? Oh, Horde and Lion. Oh, that's so cringe. Come on now. I thought we've gotten past that, but whatever. But yeah, some people were like, man, why can't we cast Soothing Mist while on the move? At least like crawling, because like we can drink our tea on the move now. Like, why can't we Soothing Mist? So a lot of people are upset about that, but they are trying to, like, you can tell the devs are trying to slowly phase out, either phase out Soothing Mist altogether or just like change its direction to where it's like you either full on commit to a Soothing Mist or you don't cast it at all. And that's kind of where we're at right now. We're kind of in this limbo phase where a lot of people are taking all of the changes and saying, okay, that's enough for me to drop Soothing Mist. And some people are still scared. I myself cannot recommend dropping it just yet, even though I see why you would. Like now your like most of your Vivify power is packed into your Vivacious Vivification in Mythic Plus, so it's like you're kind of just catching those procs instead of like full on spamming as much. And then also same with Enveloping Mist, like you don't full on hard cast an Enveloping Mist really. Instead you just wait for the Black Ox procs. Like why wouldn't you, you know? So it's like, yeah, there's a lot of reasons why you would drop it, but there's also like, you know, theoretically a reason why you'd still have it. So I think of it as like a free talent point. Like I look at the talent tree and in that tier, that first tier, I just don't see anything else that I would rather have, you know? Yeah, you can, but just not like random queues. That is so dumb. That's so stupid. Um, wow. Maybe one day. Maybe one day when the war's over. The war. We're gonna tell our grandkids that this was World War III. Oh, my transmog is hideous too. I've just got random stuff equipped. But we're 75. We're getting there. We're slamming these levels, and I think I have some quests that we could be doing while we wait. So I guess we can outside. Oh, I didn't talk to him outside of the delve. Yeah, the faction war thing is pretty much over now. Yeah, no, right? Like literally, I'm Horde, and the whole quest line here started with me talking to Jaina and like Thrall, and like it's like what? How is this? Why is this war still a thing? You know? That makes no sense. But yeah, also Zero, I want to say if you're watching on YouTube, I'm not telling you not to. I know a lot of people prefer watching on YouTube. However, just know that if you want the drops, the mount and the pet, so the mount you have to watch on Twitch. It's a Twitch drop, and then for the pet you have to gift subs on that. So it's in the title. I just don't want to mislead anyone by the title of this, but yeah, those are Twitch drops that I'm referring to in the title of this stream. Just for your information, unless you were unaware, or in case you were unaware. But I guess what I was trying to say earlier about like fishing for procs and like chances and stuff. You guys know like Mistweaver, you're gotta stop that cast. Mistweaver, you have a chance to reset your Rising Sun Kick, but the similar mechanic in Paladins is you have one talent that says, oh, gotta kick this cast. Okay, nice. Paladins have a semi-similar mechanic where if you press Crusader Strike, it just straight up shaves a set amount of time off of your Holy Shock timer and your Judgment timer. So you kind of had that same 3-button rotation, except it's like a set duration. It's Crusader's Might. You press Crusader Strike, you're shaving 2 seconds off. So you still kind of put both of these spells on cooldown, or at least one charge of Holy Shock, and then you press your, like that. Like I press Judgment, press Holy Shock, then Crusader Strike, and boom, now I have Judgment again. So it's more set in stone. You kind of can know when your buttons are coming off cooldown kind of thing, more so than Monk. But that's kind of what's fun about Monk, is like, oh dude, I just got like 3 Rising Sun Kick resets in a row. Like, we're high rolling. I'm going to buy a lottery ticket. Easy, slamming it. All right, tank, where are we going? Hey, okay. You gotta help me with your... Oh, you don't have to help me with your name. I was trying to read it, but then I actually got through it. Your other daddy. Interesting name. I wonder what led to that name, but I probably shouldn't ask. Okay. Ayo, I rarely get to catch your streams. Your guides made me feel better about maining Mistweaver. I appreciate that. I'm glad you also found my channel. If you watch my videos, you know how passionate I am about Mistweaver Monk. And there's a reason. I'm not just some random guy who just randomly loves Mistweaver Monk. I am a random guy who gave it a shot and saw how much fun it is, and I just tried to relay that information. So I'm glad you like it, and I'm glad you found my guides. But I appreciate you, and welcome to the stream. Glad you were able to catch it. I stream Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, especially now that the season started. At about... Today it was at 2, because like I said, I accidentally took a nap, an accidental nap. But it's about like, I start the stream at like 12 to 1-ish, depending on the day or like what I'm doing that morning. And Central Time, so whatever that is for your time zone. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And we usually go for a couple hours until my hands get sore or we reach a goal. So yeah, hope to see you come back sometime soon. It's good to see you though. Glad you made it. Ooh, see, okay, here you do have some chancy things on Paladin. Like every time you press Holy Shock, you have like a chance to just not have it incur a cooldown. And right there, I just pressed Holy Shock twice in a row, and it didn't go on cooldown. So that was kind of that little brain itch of dopamine from getting lucky that Holy Paladin has access to. But I also don't really understand my own consecration. I didn't make this weak aura package. This is the only class that you'll see me play where I did not design the UI. That's why it looks so clean. But this was made by that one guy that everyone uses as weak auras. I think his name's Dexthos, I think. I don't know what his name, Luxthos, I think. But I don't really understand the consecration weak aura. I've used this since Shadowlands. I still don't really understand how it works. Or at least my eyes just don't pick up on it. Procs can be so fun. Rising Sun Kick resets can feel so good. Oh yeah, ever since they introduced Jadefire Stomp, or I guess ever since they amped up Phalanx Stomp in Dragonflight, nothing feels better than Rising Sun Kick resets. Yes, Luxthos. Thank you, Zero. This is his package. This is the only package I did not make that you'll see me using. Let's go ahead and sack the tank, pop our offensive. And we're going to be just hammering into the tank, so we might as well Beacon of Virtue. Our tank is the only one really in danger. Yeah, normally, like, Luxos, you can tell that they know what they're doing when they make weak aura packages, whereas me, you can tell I don't. And, but normally I'm just like, I don't know, something about it, I'm not the biggest fan of their packages, but their Paladin one is, like, bar none, the best. Like, I just couldn't make my own when this exists. So props where they're due, but normally I just have, like, a very particular taste, and I don't know. This one meets that, whereas the other ones don't, and I'm not saying that they're bad, it's just they're not my taste. But this one is clean and crisp. And I'm sure they've updated it like 10 times since I downloaded it, so this is probably like way out of date. But it still has everything on it, so we're still using it. But so something else outside of WoW that's happening. Some of you guys know my other game that I love to play, and one of my best friends plays, is Smite. And Smite 2 just came out the same day that this dropped, or like they kind of increased their alpha level basically, but we're calling it came out. And we have convinced, by just me and him hopping in Discord and playing a few games of Smite 2, we have convinced some of our other friends to download the game and to buy into it. And that's how fun it is, and how much fun it is, and how much fun we're having with it. So we have a couple new friends that are giving Smite a shot, but since I'm playing WoW so much, I haven't really been able to play with them as much. But some of you probably know I have like a second channel that I would randomly just post like Smite 1 videos on. And I'm thinking about kind of like reviving that and posting some Smite 2 guides, just so my friend, like, hey, here's how to play this character. Because my friends, they keep asking me, like, how do I play this character? What items do I build and stuff? And I don't know, I think it'd just be nice to have those in video format for them. And just take the few gods that they keep asking me how to play and making a guide for those, you know? I don't know, we'll see. I just have to find time to do that. You guys know World of Warcraft is life. Like, when you play it, it just, it's like, almost like you can't play another game. But we find time for our friends. I hate these mobs. Also, I find it really annoying when this pool in particular, the tank just pulls these guys, you know? Because then you're like, I don't know, I guess we did kind of just get it over with, like tear the band-aid off. So I guess it wasn't that bad there, but I like when you can just like have dots on them while you do this pool, you know? But this next pool is terrifying. So gotta focus up. Hopefully we can keep people from dying this next pool, because this next pool's really tough. Especially, it's looking like some of our people are just standing and stuff constantly. Okay, let's get ready to... let's go ahead and Aura Mastery. Beacon. Even though I probably was a little preemptive on that beacon. No, okay. We got it off right before the damage started, so... We're also gonna Wings. To really get these triple hitting holy shocks going. Easy peasy. Just layering our cooldown so we were never not covered. Real beef stick, you know, the further we get from the launch, so for those not reading or not looking at the screen, they said, am I ever gonna make that Pink Pony Club music video? I really want to. I really want to. But every time I tell my wife, the reaction that she gives me says, "You're gonna regret that." And my wife is never wrong. So, uh-oh, how'd that guy die? Oh, he went into the void, the vortex. Oh God, 2 people did. But it's the look of, you're gonna regret that. It sounds so good. I know. When I had that idea, like literally, we'll be doing a long car ride. It's like when we go visit my family and stuff. That was when we were, you know, everyone had their little Chapel Roan discovery phase. That was ours while we were on a long car ride. So, I'm listening to that song for the first time, and I'm like, oh my God, if I swapped a Holy Paladin, this music video could be perfect for an announcement. But then the whole thing was like, I just didn't want to swap to Holy Paladin. That faded, you know? And that was kind of what kind of killed it and stuff. But you're right, it sounds so good. I mean, maybe season 2. How about that? But by then, all the Chaperone hype, you know, they're still like, she's still the most like talented person on the planet. But the hype will have died. But I don't know. It would be so good. But also, I'm not a singer, so it's like that alone already. I'd be singing and making a music video and then wearing a pink dress, and it's like that's 3 layers of embarrassment on top of each other, you know. But it'd be fun. And do you want to know the real reason why it wasn't made? Like what it came down to? I actually, real beef stick. There was one day where I was like, I'm gonna do it. You know what? Screw all the noise. I'm still gonna do it. And I was like, okay. The next day, that my wife, hey, what's up, Electric Guitars? What's up? Welcome in. But I told myself the next day that my wife goes into the office because she works from home, but she goes in the office about like once a week on average. I was like, the next time she goes into the office, I will record all of the audio. I will sing my heart out into my mic, because the reason why I'd wait till my wife went to the office is because, you know, it's like I'm a little shy. Like I don't want to be just belting out a song while she's here, even though like I'll sing in the shower all the time. But like I don't know, something about that. I was like, that was how I convinced myself. And then for the next 2 weeks, she said, I'm not going in the office. So that's truly what sealed the deal. But you're right, beef stick. It would be my favorite video of mine, hands down. But the problem is, like, the LARP community around here is like, they kind of suck. So I think what I'd have to do is get a D&D community. I know a couple guys that have a 10-year-long D&D campaign, and they have plenty of like, they have like actual real swords and stuff. So I'm sure they have some fake ones that we could use. And all I would need is like a sword, a shield, and another sword and a shield or something, or like some kind of weapon, some staff. But I can literally just use like a broomstick, right? Like old school style. Tell me you guys didn't go out into your backyard, pretend you were the avatar with a broomstick or something like that. Like broomsticks are the RP goat for sure. But maybe for season 2, real beef stick. But especially if I ever swap to Holy Paladin, you bet your ass I'm making that video for sure, because that is just pure gold. Oh goodness. Oh yeah, you gotta agree with the wife for sure. It's just you can't not. Always right. I've had the tanks do that pool and the boss all at once. Very painful. Yeah, that's brutal. That is brutal. I had people do that while I was on my Mistweaver, because that was like, the Mistweaver was the first one that I was leveling, and people were limit testing, you know, like before they found out, hey, I can't do that. And on the Mistweaver, I can handle it because one, I'm just better at the Mistweaver than I am other alts and stuff. Um, and two, like if you just spinning crank it, the bigger the pool, the better the healing. You know, like it just felt so easy on this on the monk. But then you come over to like your resto druid, and you're like, I did not have hots pre-applied. People are dying. You know, like I was not ready for this pool. So it got to the point when I was leveling my resto druid, I would prepare every single pool as if the tank was gonna just go buck wild and pull the whole dungeon. Like I would just prep all my rejuves, like both my life blooms, like before he even pulls like one mob. Like this pool, everyone's prepped, everyone's healthy. Just because I'm that scared. Okay, we're gonna pull these guys. Oh. No. Okay. We got wonked by the frontal. Oh, so I was talking about something on Friday's stream. So just in case anyone was here on Friday and cares how it went. So yesterday I was so busy, y'all. I woke up super early, went to a Magic tournament, a Magic the Gathering tournament. I haven't played Magic the Gathering in person in months, almost a year at this point, which is rough for me because that was like, I love Magic. But I went to a tournament and I played a deck that is brand new. Like, not many people have really discovered it, or there's not too many like masterminds working on the deck or the numbers. But I've been playing it like online here or there whenever I get the chance. And I've definitely done some tweaking of the numbers, and I've found some cards that I'm like, this belongs in the deck, and I've actually found some that I now think don't. But in yesterday's tournament, how it works is you play 5 rounds. At the end of the 5 rounds, the top 8 stick around and do like a little single elimination bracket, and the rest of the people just go home, right? So in my first 3 rounds, I went 3-0. So I was dunking on people, destroying people, to the point where there, at the end of the 3rd round, there were 4 of us who were undefeated, and we all 4 just said, okay, do y'all want to draw the next 2 rounds? We didn't say this, but we basically did. We were like, okay, we can draw the next 2 rounds and just make it into the top 8. So we did that. So I made it to the top 8. My first Magic tournament, going back a long time, and then I lost in round 1, the top 8. But it was really fun because I made some new friends, and those of you who like either know me or have been around the stream for a long time, y'all know I'm not like I don't I'm not very good in social situations. I get very anxious and nervous around new people and stuff, and for like one reason or the other. But I don't know, yesterday I met some people that just made it really easy. You know, when you meet some people and you're like, you are very easy to talk to. Do you want to be friends? And that was kind of what I did, and it was really cool. So I made some new friends, and also everyone loved my deck because it's the coolest deck in all of Magic, and it's so much fun. And yeah, it was just a good time. I'm glad I went out. But then I came home late at night and still made my 1 minute my 1 minute guide. And those y'all know those 1 minute guides. Yeah, they're 2 minutes. I'm sorry, they're 2 minute guides, but they take more time than a normal video to make. So yeah, I was working late into the night. That's partly why I was so tired. Yeah, it was honestly a really good day. I'm glad I went, because I met some great people and I had fun. My number 1 goal was like, look, I don't care if I do well in this tournament, but my deck is so cool that if I'm playing it, I'm gonna be having a good time. So I was like, it's literally a win-win. I either lose the games but have a good time, or win the games and have a good time. So I'm like, why not? Let's see. Yo, LB, does Resto Druid feel underwhelming right now? Let's see. So in the initial beta testing, Dane, which by the way, my best friend's name is Dane. His name's Dan, but we call him Dane. So it's that's funny. That it's cool to see another Dane in the wild, but I'm sorry, sidetracked. But they've done like a lot of nerfs, a lot of tunings, or I'm sorry, a lot of buffs and a lot of tunings. I don't think here's the deal. Here's the deal. I think certain healers are feeling very strong, to the point where the ones that feel normally strong don't feel strong. You know what I mean? I think some are tuned up so high. Oh, Warlock. Oh boy, here we go. I think some are over tuned, and it's making the ones that are tuned to a good spot feel like they aren't. So I think Resto Druid lands in that camp. Resto Druid to me feels actually pretty good, but I think there are some other healers that just feel like kind of incredible, like they breeze through dungeons to the point where it's kind of overshadowing ones like Resto Druid. If that's a hopefully that's a good enough answer for you. My name is from Lord of the Rings, Thorin Oakenshield's cousin. Interesting. You know, I grew up on Lord of the Rings, but I say that with a grain of salt because so did my older brother. And as the younger brother, I grew up on Lord of the Rings from a kid's perspective, and he was like a teenager while he was reading them. I was like a kid while I was watching them. So like, if that tells you anything. But just recently, I I went back. Me and my friends, they always have movie nights on Saturday nights where they'll all hop on Discord and they'll pick a movie and watch it. And one of the nights, the only one that I've tuned into recently was Lord of the Rings, the first one, the Fellowship of the Ring. And I was like, okay, this is just like, it's gonna be an oldie but a goodie. It's not gonna like really stand the test of time. You know, like you go back and watch these old good movies, like the first Harry Potter movies. You're like, oh, these are kind of. Hey, speaking of Harry Potter, or I'm sorry, Lord of the Rings, Sauron and chat. But let me ban those two guys. But I was like, surely it's not gonna be that good, right? No, dude, Lord of the Rings. I'll say it. Best movie franchise ever made. They were so good still. Like everything about them was so good. The graphics, like it stood the test of time, and I was like shocked. I was like, why have I not watched the Harry Potter movies like in the past 10 years until now? So good. Let's see. I feel like I don't have any oh no heals really to save. Yeah, I think though, so traditionally that has been like kind of a flaw. Let me ban these two people. That has been a flaw that they've had historically, like just in their identity. As the hot healer, you know, you don't really have that many instant shock heals. However, now if you take the talent, did I ban them? Does that look good, y'all? If you take the talent that is, it gives you 2 charges of Swift Mend. That really helps, having 2 charges of Swift Mend. And you have to be really smart about your nature swiftness. So if you don't already know, you can nature swiftness right before your convoke, and you'll maintain the nature swiftness buff during the full convoke duration. And I see your question, Brian. I promise I'll get to it. But you'll maintain the nature swiftness buff throughout the whole convoke duration, and any regrowths cast during that convoke will be enhanced as if they were nature swiftness. So a lot of people think that's the only way to use nature swiftness, but if you're where monk come, oh wait, monk is coming. Hold up, don't clip that. Oh my god, why do I talk? I was trying to match your verbiage, but whatever. Okay, okay, we skip past those. Where were we? God. Mohawk Burb, you beat me. You got me. What was I even saying? I see, yes. But yeah, if you hold on to your nature swiftness and use it for that panic heal, you can nature swiftness a regrowth, and it chunks. And that is a really good, and it's instant cast. So nature swiftness, let's go in Aura Mastery. Nature swiftness, 2 Swiftman charges, that's normally enough. Also, your convoke casts quite a bit of like instant shock heals during it. So like, you know, if you save that for after the damage as opposed to before to try to set up pots and stuff, that could help. Or like during the damage. What else? What else? But also the thing about Druid is if it's played correctly, you shouldn't ever really need panic heals that you weren't expecting already. So you shouldn't really need posture check. I am kind of hunched. I have the gamer hunch going, but as a once you get used to Resto Druid and like you're pre-applying your hots well enough so there's good enough coverage, you shouldn't need those panic heals unless it's damage that you know is about to come. Like, you know, like, oh, this boss is about to smack one of us for sure. Like I need something. Let me heal this boss, and then Brian, I promise I see your message. But the monk, I have it to 80. I have it like close to fully geared. However, I do have a second monk that we're doing. But you know, for these first few weeks, I just want to get all of my alts fully to 80 before we even think about like a second monk. You know, I just want to have all the healers done. Because I am trying to branch out a bit more while also staying very focused on Mistweaver, obviously, but I still want to branch out a bit more and show that I can play these other ones. Okay. Quick question. I noticed you are so good at hitting every GCD with something. On Mistweaver, oh, that's a fun compliment, actually. I appreciate that. On Mistweaver, I could always spam Tiger Palm, Blackout, or Rising. But on Holy Paladin, I've struggled more to fill every global cooldown. Okay, well, don't do what I'm doing now. We are letting someone die, and that someone is myself. You're struggling to find a way to press every button. I did feel that for the first couple of weeks that I played Holy Paladin. It felt like there was never, like, sometimes I get caught with, like, no buttons to press. But, you know, I actually know the fix, Brian. I actually know the fix. What helped me... Ooh, we got a trinket. Love that. We'll go over this one. Okay. So you kind of, I know what you mean. Like, you get caught where you feel like you have none of these 3 buttons to press, and like there's no real reason to spend your holy power. So one thing that will help you always have a button, one of the strengths or the most fun points of Holy Paladin is that it feels, if you play it correctly, it feels like you always have a button to press. And one of the things is, yeah, like you're saying, Tiger Palm, you can always just press it. There's no cooldown. One of the things that you should be playing around and make it a point to play around is Crusader's Might. Always get max value from this. If you're pressing Crusader Strike while you have both charges of Holy Shock, for example, you're doing it wrong. If you're pressing Crusader Strike, especially if you have Judgment still sitting there ready to be pressed, way wrong. Always Judgment, then Holy Shock, and then Crusader Strike. And if you get that reset on Holy Shock, where is it? Is it... Yeah, this one, if you get the Glorious Dawn proc on your Holy Shock, so you go Judgment, then Holy Shock, and it doesn't incur a cooldown, you press Holy Shock again to make it incur and cooldown, and then you go Crusader Strike. So that's how you can, that will just take time off of those 2 buttons, and that just gives you more of a rotation, while also always making sure that you have a button to press, because by the time your Judgment comes off cooldown, if you do that correctly, then you'll have other buttons that have kind of recharged their cooldown and stuff. So that does give you a more fluid rotation. Also, never sit at 5 Holy Power. This is just like common. I mean, you can sit at it in like a pinch if you know damage is coming up. But if you're sitting at 5 Holy Power and you know like all 3 of these buttons have like 2 seconds left on their cooldown, Shield of Righteous. Like just slam it. Just boom, bonk, damage. You know, like do something. Like, you always have at least something. And then outside of that, you have enough Infusion of Light procs, and there is quite a bit of stuff now that incentivizes catching those. Where is it? Is it this talent tree? Maybe it's the other hero talent tree that really incentivizes you to just, like, whenever you get an Infusion of Light, like, press it. Is it this one? I think it is this one. I don't know. Maybe it is this one. I don't know. Now I feel stupid. Is it neither of them? Uh-oh. Okay, yes, Infusion of Light. So, especially the Lightsmith talent tree, but you'll have an Infusion of, you'll have an Infusion of Light proc every now and then, and like, sometimes that could be, like, your filler is just cast a Holy Light into the tank. Like, Holy Light takes forever to cast. That'll give you plenty of time to get your buttons off cooldown. And casting a healing spell into the tank, if someone tells you that that's bad filler, then... I don't know. They might be right, but it's at least it's not bad practice. But yeah, you'll notice I'm making it a point, Brian, to get to the habit of making sure that I'm getting full Crusaders, what's it called? Crusaders Might value every time. So I'm consecrationing, I am holy shocking, and then I'm consecrationing, I'm judgmenting, and then I'm Crusader striking. And you see there, like I always have buttons to press. Like one of these three's lit up every time, and that really can help. And yeah, it's not perfect. It doesn't fully always give you a button to press, but it gives you one of those buttons way more often than you'd think. Oh, here we go. Okay, let's speaking of virtue. Right once this gets a little hairy, kick that. Let's stun that. Oh no, our stun. Okay, nice. Like if you're just watching those three buttons on my UI, you'll notice that I am prioritizing them in that exact order. And it really does keep one of them off more than you'd think. So hopefully that helps you out a bit. And if you still need more, I'll think a bit harder and try to get you a part 2 to that advice. But to me, that has helped a lot. The Balrog CGI is insane. What is that, Chris? Come on. But yeah, the Balrog CGI, see there, I got the reset and I press Holy Shock again. Like, I'm just doing damage, might as well, right? Whoa, he got clobbered. What was that? Oh my god, did he just stand in all the rocks? Rip. Pour one out for the homie. That helps a ton. Thank you. I appreciate it. What I appreciate your kindness is what I meant with that. Like, I don't know. I don't know why I said I appreciate it, if I'm being totally honest, but there, we said it. We're living in it. Do I not have my hold up. I don't think I have my revive. But really not. I think it's on my actual bars and I just disabled all of them. So this is awkward. What are they called? If that was a revive, what would it be called? This is my B-res. Yeah, that's my B-res. Redemption. Okay, well. Sorry. Sorry, DK. That's awkward. Oh no, my group's dying. We have lay on hands. That's tragic. Sorry, team. Sorry. Beacon of Virtue. Also, Beacon of Virtue, try to rely on that a bit more than you probably are, because that thing is crazy and it's a very low cooldown. Okay, we kind of bounced back there. Not bad. I had to use some stuff. I used Divine Toll, but that's what cooldowns are for. There's cooldowns are called cooldowns, so they're put on cooldown. That's one thing I had to teach myself when I was like really trying to grind Monk is I would watch my footage back. I'm like, why am I sitting on Chi-Ji for like 10 minutes? Like, why have I not pressed this button? Like, yeah, no one died in that 10 minutes, but like I'll watch, I'm like sitting there struggling. Ooh. So I just had to teach myself like cooldowns are there to be used. Like, use them. What are you doing? Also, I got silenced as I went into Avenging Wrath, and I guess I could still do it, but I had Prism ready and I just didn't get to use it for more links. But now we have Sun's Avatar, so we are cranking. Yeah, that one talent alone has like just made this playstyle so much more fun. I mean, more fluid. Dang, rounded divine steeds. We're crawling. Like, actual crawling. It's crazy. What do I have? I have Prism. I guess we can link some dots on and pot up the tank. Got Sun's Avatar too. We got a good Awakening proc just as I accidentally applied some Londites. What am I saying? Some Dawn Lights. Londites? Dude, that's so funny. Londites. Oh, goodness. Yeah, the Holy Light tip is really good. I've not used my infusions a lot. Yeah, sitting on infusion procs, I'm pretty sure you can use them on Judgment too. I could be wrong, so like most of them kind of just like accidentally get used on Judgment, and that's like a good thing. Isn't that right, or am I making that up? Is it another thing that I'm getting mixed up? I'll have to check. Don't take that. Don't take that as advice. I'm not too sure. But yeah, casting. Yeah, see there, I just use it on Judgment. So most of them do accidentally just get used by Judgment, and that's arguably the best way. But let's see, infusion of light. Let's not get caught outside of the room. We're linking up. We have full dawn light coverage here. You hate to see it. I'm so excited to make the counter. For those of you who still have not heard what we're going to do this season, whenever we fight this boss, I'm going to have a spreadsheet going all season long, and we're going to keep track of what classes and what specs get hit the most by the cube. But I think that'd be a fun idea. This brings a dead ally, so I still need to put on my bars the mass res, but infusion of light, yeah, judgment, greater judgment prevents an additional 100% damage dealt. Flash of light, mana cost reduced, and then healing is increased of holy light. So yeah, that's why I usually just throw holy light in, because mana cost, unless you're just starving of mana, then that normally for me doesn't really come up. But like, dude, chunk healing a tank like this, we're gonna chunk heal the priest. That did nothing. That's embarrassing. I don't know what happened there. We used infusion of light, but the I was destined to be embarrassed. Hey, are you gonna play Evoker 2? Yeah, we plan on playing Ankner. We plan on playing all 7 of the healer specs to A level. So whether that's KSH, which is the initial goal, and then once we get there, we'll you know, see if we can get each one to 3K. But yeah, we do plan on playing all 7 of the healers this tier to a meaningful level. We'll see what that means once we get there, though. Once the season starts and we can kind of assess. Oh yeah, here we go. We are close to having everything. Okay, we have everything. Ooh, we're getting spicy. Oh, I can't lay on hands this guy because I've already done it. Uh-oh. That's embarrassing. There comes a point when you have to ask yourself, should I stand in that? And I would say the answer is almost never yes. But to some, it might always be yes. Let's go ahead and... let's Blessing of Sacrifice the tank. Okay, we killed that cast, which is good. We have Beacon of Virtue. I did get stunned right once I started Beacon. That's embarrassing. But other than that one death, okay, this monk is struggling. We've been there though. We're not gonna... nothing wrong with struggling. These are chill dungeons. Just gonna try to put some extra healing into them to compensate. Okay, we made it there. A little help from our shadow priest. I'm sure they press Verdant Embrace, which we very much appreciate. But yeah, we plan on playing all the healers and Ankner. If you want a better answer, I'm very excited to play the Evoker, so it definitely will get some early playtime in that series, for sure. Let's like do a mechanic. I feel like I haven't done a mechanic yet. How long do we have this buff for? That's embarrassing. Okay, y'all saw nothing. The buff faded as soon as I went in, or at least maybe I dipped my toes in again. I don't know. That's embarrassing though. I think that's our first death while leveling characters, which was just me running into the void, saying let's do a mechanic, and then I ran in and died. That's hilarious. Oh god, let's get out of here before they notice. Uh-oh. Saw what? Exactly. Exactly. You saw nothing. You saw nothing. We're practicing. Oh, that worked out perfectly. Okay, let's hop in another queue and see if we can kill some Hungarians for this quest. Building more? Buddling more. Moral. Buddling moral. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, electric guitar. So what? But, so here's my goal, or here's my plan at least for that series. Like, you know, the level of which we're going to level things or gear things and stuff. So I raid as a Mistweaver monk. So obviously we're gonna, for the first few weeks, just hardcore grind the Mistweaver monk. Maybe like have a second alt going, like at similar rates, but we're gonna try to gear the Mistweaver for raid and stuff. And that just means that we're gonna get the IO up on the Mistweaver faster than the rest. But outside of that, the healer said I want to start like I'm gonna do it in 2 waves. Like we're gonna like IO them all up simultaneously. I'm not gonna get like 1 to 2500, then the next one, then the next one. Like we're not gonna do that, but we're gonna do it in like 2 waves. So I'm gonna have 3 healers that I focus on each week, and the 3 outside of Mistweaver that I plan on doing first before the other 3 are Evoker, Shaman, and one of the priest specs. And so we're gonna do that and try to get them done, and kind of have the other 3 kind of getting some dungeons, like maybe a vault slot each week. And then once we get those to 2500, we're gonna come back through with Paladin, the other priest spec, and Resto Druid. Because I'm doing it that way so that I don't feel like I need to play all 6 all the time, because that stresses me out a ton. And I also have them split up like that because we want 1 priest regardless on each group. That way we can not be trying to find out what our priest IO is on each spec simultaneously. That just sounds frustrating. And let's go on Aura Mastery. It's kind of getting scary. We might regret that. But I've kind of split it up in a way where I really enjoy at least 1 or 2 of the specs in each group. I'm not like stacking one group super heavy, but Evoker I'm excited to play, Shaman I'm excited to play, and then Resto Druid I'm excited to play, same with Holy Paladin. So the pre-specs are kind of there. I'm not really excited to play the pre-specs if I'm being real, which is like a first for me. I usually love playing Disc Priest. Love it, love it, love it, but not as excited currently to grind that IO. Okay, that went kind of smooth, not gonna lie. So, hey, what's up, Zeres? Oh, dude, that emote is amazing. Isn't it like the it's like 25-year anniversary for Pokemon, I think, right? Is that what that emote is? Speaking of cooldowns, I'm sorry, I missed this a bit. Speaking of cooldowns, another guide, someone said, just hit wings and Divine Toll all the time while you're learning HPAL. That helped me a lot too. I think they're saying a very similar thing to what I was saying, is like, when you're first learning a spec, lean on your cooldowns. You want to learn your cooldowns. That's when you get to the high-end stuff, the cooldowns are what help you survive packs. So like when you're first learning a spec, going like multiple packs without pressing a single cooldown, you're just, at that point you should be doing harder keys so that your cooldowns get more value. So yeah, that is great advice, Brian. I don't know who that was, but that's good advice. Like when you're learning a spec, learning the cooldowns is equally important to learning your rotation, I would argue. I feel like that just goes missed a ton, you know? Even by myself, like, I'll admit, the reason why I harp on it so much is because while I was learning a lot of specs, I just ignored cooldowns, even Mistweaver. And, yeah. Now I try to help people avoid that, you know? Kind of do want to hold on to some cooldowns here, speaking of, because we're coming up on the boss, but this pool might be a little scarier than the boss. Okay, yeah, actually, I was thinking, like, I've been sitting here ready to press Divine Toll for, like, the whole pool, and it never came to it, so... Whoa, okay, there it is. That's the one. Uh-oh. Spoke too soon. What was that damage, though? Were we standing in something? We were probably, like, standing in a bomb. That was crazy. Okay, we got... Hey, Zeri's with the rate of 7, dude. Appreciate the support. And welcome, everyone. Oh, God, I always get so nervous when I get rated. That's why I'm already mumbling. And I just died. That's so embarrassing. I literally was saying last dungeon, my first death while leveling any of my alts happened. And then here's number 2, like immediately after. So I don't know what it is. But Zeres and Co., welcome into the stream. Let me move past this guard. I have Pikachus all over my PC. There you go. I used to be like that with Metagross. Metagross is my favorite. But now it's moved off of like my home screen and everything and onto like I have a stand over there that has 2 Japanese Metagross cards and a little Japanese or like something from Japan. It's a little tiny Lego Lego figure of Metagross, like made out of like tiny things. I just ended my stream a bit early. Didn't want to leave my viewers hanging. Well, I appreciate that. I'll definitely return the favor down the line. If I ever see you on and I'm hitting that raid button, I'll definitely come your way. But I appreciate it. Hope your stream went well. Hopefully it did anything notable happen where y'all just grinding alts or what was up. Because here we're trying. I was lazy week 1. I was having too much fun on my Mistweaver, and I just ignored the rest of my alts, and here we are paying for it. I'm having to go back through and level all of my alts, and we have the Priest and the Paladin left. So that's what we're doing now. We're getting close to the Paladin. I mean, I say close, but we're 76. We're at least in the second half of the levels. But we're breezing through it, honestly. These dungeons are going pretty quick. And then we're going to go on the Disc Priest after the Paladin. And leveling a Disc Priest is always just a good time because it's so hard. So it's always fun. People in my chat on Friday were challenging me. They're like, okay, what are you doing? You're sandbagging the Priest. Are you too scared? So I've been personally challenged by the stream. Okay, let's go ahead and Aura Mastery. Let's beacon. Sorry, I'm slamming some buttons. Where did the damage go? Why are we... I guess we killed one too many guys where it's just not doing damage at all. Which we respect. Yeah, grinding my tank and DPS, prepping them for Mythic Plus. I feel that. It's too real. What do you think of the whole... like the slow roll of content? I feel like normally, yeah, they do slow roll content, but I feel like they don't do it this much, you know? They're really giving us time this first week to level our alts, and I really do appreciate that because it's allowed me to like take it at my own pace and just like play it really slow and have a good time with it. Get my alts done like over multiple weeks instead of feeling like you have to do it all in one weekend, like, you know, like the pros do and stuff. And I don't know, what's your take on that? Because I know it's pretty mixed opinions. Either some people really like it or they don't. Hey, Marty. Really appreciate the support, Marty. We'll play some Smite 2 later. I'm already looking forward to it. Oh, there he is. No mount needed here. Only need me an attractive man. Oh, there he is. Oh, man. You found your mirror, Marty. Good to hear. But thank you so much for the sub. It was a Prime sub? I was going to say taking dollars from Bezos, but appreciate you, Marty. Hey, Forbidden86 said, good morning. What are your thoughts on if it's worth it to craft with your lower crest this early? I'm always in the camp of holding off, even if it is right to go ahead and craft. If things are cheap, like sure, I guess do it. But I'm always in the camp of playing for the end game, and I just think once you can craft like bigger stuff, then go for it. But I'll be totally honest, I'm probably not the best person to ask Forbidden. I'm so used to holding on to these resources that I've kind of told myself that's what I'm going to do without looking into it at all. So I don't know. I don't know. I would probably just hold off until you know what's right. But I think like other big streamers who have more information than I do, like your Dratnoses in the world and stuff, are probably the better people to ask. As annoying as that is, I just don't want to steer you in the wrong direction, you know? Um, I'm so sorry. You said I suck ass at using Blessing of Seasons, though. Yeah, so my build, I don't run it, even though that's kind of like how Holy Paladins are supposed to do damage, is like Blessing of Summer or whatever. I just don't think that's fun, man. Even if that's how I do damage, it's not me doing the damage. And if I'm doing that, I might as well swap to Light of the other one. What's it called? Lightsmith. Because at that point, you're just giving them another sword to do damage for you. But basically with the blessings, you just slap them on someone. Fair enough. I can appreciate the honesty. Well, I appreciate you appreciating my honesty for whatever that's worth. So Uno reverse. Aha. You thought I was on your side, but no, I'm just kidding. Let's see. Yep, looks good. Oh, yep, that's good. I like it personally. Also, oh, can't let our team die. I mean, we could, honestly, but not going to. Can I lay on hands that guy? Yes, I can. Right, we got some people getting donked around, whatever that means. Okay, I did save wings there, but we had to use Divine Tool. I normally like to Divine Tool this next pool and then hold on to wings, but that's okay. Yep, that's good. I like it personally. Also, I think they're fixing bugs and balancing, so they're not giving us time. It's also for them. That's true. That's big true. And like, yeah, speaking of like, I guess bugs are just like things that they're fixing. The whole spider dungeon, the first boss thing. It kind of sucks that they're fixing that because so many people have had so much time to just sit there and grind it. But it's also like it's such a min-maxy thing. It's like, who cares, you know? Let's go and pop wings. Let's link with the warlock. A clean. Let's get these beams blasting some damage. Yeah. Ha. Melt. So much fun. Let's see. Maybe I'll drop it too. Yeah, it sucks to use. Doesn't feel good. It's like, yeah. Whenever I recommended my build, like I just made my 1 minute or 2 minute Holy Paladin guide today, and I purposefully left out blessing of like the blessings. I don't like standing all in the same spot. Also, I was LOS there. But I purposefully left that out knowing that it's like really good, but from what I've gathered, the people that are watching those guides are either brand new to the class, or someone who's just like a good paladin that just wants a quick refresher, kind of. And I think both of those camps kind of just come there looking for the quick information and the easiest like intro build. So I try to like change some talents that aren't as necessary for more like safe options. So there, what I did was, oh boy, let's pop a defenseless or master this too. Dang, normally I like to aura master this next pool, but this tank is a gamer. Oh. Guess we can. I don't want people to die. I don't even know what I was saying. Oh, but I swapped out the blessings on my build because one, I personally just don't enjoy playing them. I never play with the blessing because it's like, to me, it's so lame. But I swapped it out for the Holy Shock shielding. So this one, Overflowing Light. So every time you Holy Shock, if it overheals, they're just gonna get like a little shield, which I don't think is bad. It might be undertuned, sure, but I don't think it's a bad shout. You know what I mean? But that's just me personally. Okay, who is sitting? Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Oh god. Oh god. Oh, I'm so stressed. We also have an infusion of light that we could use. Let's just cast it on ourselves. I don't know. Also stand here. Oh man, that got so stressful. But somehow we saved some people. Let's kick that. Go ahead and press whatever buttons we have left. I guess we should go ahead and press that. Let's downlight the tank. Spelling at the guy that's getting chased. That's never a bad idea. Let's dispel ourselves. Let's also blinding light that guy, I guess. I don't know. I don't even know what that does, if I'm being honest. Okay, the monk died, but let's be real. It was him or me. He also had hella aggro. Look at that damage, dude. He's going crazy. Oh, goodness, we made it. Which add-on do you use to see what is damaging the team? What is damaging the team? I'm not too sure, Zeres. You'll have to show me, like give me an example of when it's on my screen. If you're talking about like just the text numbers, I think I just use default UI with that. But what is damaging the team? I'm not too sure. I do use, if you're talking about this is Cell, and I think I know what you're talking about. They do have a built-in like incoming damage, like thing that you can toggle somewhere. Where is it? I've just swapped to Cell, but so far I'm so impressed. On their nameplates, then yeah, it's probably Cell, because I'm just using like a very basic Cell profile, and every time I stream, yeah, so then it's definitely going to be what's built into Cell. They just kind of have it all built in, basically. You can modify it to some extent, but I have not delved into Cell quite enough. I just kind of have it to where I want it and how it looks, or how I want it to look, kind of thing. But yeah, I used to use Grid 2 series. You said you're leveling your Resto Druid next, so you heal quite a bit. And I used to use Grid 2 as my nameplate, and yeah, now I use Cell, so Cell, and it is pretty dope. I have been very impressed with it. There are some things that I would like to change about it, but with time, I'll figure it out and stuff. Never mind, I just saw you have a new Paladin guide, like your content, man. Keep going. I appreciate that, Illidari. Can you explain how Paladin works for me? A perfect timing for you to mention the guide. For me, has a very weird playstyle, and I feel like I'm doing everything wrong. No need to delete. I understand. Trust me, I do that all the time. But yeah, we just posted it today, so don't feel bad, Illidar. You probably hadn't seen it come up for you yet. Okay, we are the tank now. Oops. Speaking of tanks, willing to buy a tank. But yeah, here, like, all of this is just built into that. And I think these red ones in the middle are bleeds, I think. Then if you see like an underglow, like a blue glow, then it's a like a magic debuff. A green glow is like a poison or a toxin, or I think, where is our tank? Okay, he is coming, so we're about to get started. But I appreciate Illidari. I try to make the content that I want to watch, or I would want to watch if I were the one watching it, you know what I mean? So for me, I remember when I was first starting to gear my alts, like when I very first made my Holy Paladin, for example, and I was like, I just want to know the basics. Like I wish there was just like a 1-minute guide, of like a sub 5-minute guide that just told me the basics. I don't need to know every interaction under the sun. I'm not looking to master the spec today. I just want to know the basics, the base rotation, maybe the why I'm doing it, but just tell me what to do so I can get in and start learning hands-on myself. So I remember that just didn't exist when I was starting out. So now that I'm making content, I'm like, why would I not do that? You know, I want people to have everything. I don't want every player to have to watch a 30-minute guide to feel like they can play the class. You know, I want to give people the option. Sure, I highly recommend, like if you're playing Disc Priest, for example, who I recommend you watch is Just Discipline. Probably the best Disc Priest I've ever seen, and they make YouTube videos. Highly recommend. If you're playing Resto Shaman, there are plenty of Resto Shaman YouTubers, but go watch like Shamrocked. Shamrocked is insane, very good at explaining things, you know. But if you're just wanting to like gear and alt, you just want to start dungeoning right now, and like you're in a queue, then here's a 1-minute guide. Go crazy, you know. That's kind of my philosophy. So I'm glad you guys like them. They're fun to make. It's funny because like for a 1-minute guide, they take a long time to make. But I enjoy it, and I would argue they're good to have available. And yeah, thanks. I'll test out. Maybe next time I'll give you my feedback. Yes, because Zeres, I'll be honest, the for the past like month and a half, every time I streamed, I would have multiple people come in and say like, "Hey, why aren't you just using Cell? Like you keep saying you wish that Grid 2 let you do that. Cell has that built in." So finally, Zeres, I caved, and here we are, and I'm loving it. My chat was right. I should have listened to them all along. Let me make sure I didn't miss any chats because my YouTube chat is being a bit slow. Um, I don't think I did. But yeah, Dane, Balrog CGI is really good, but the whole movie just stood the test of time. And like, I think the reason why I never went back and rewatched Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, is because the movies are so long each, but they're so good. Like they're so good. Oh man, I kind of want to go back and rewatch the rest of them because we only watched the first one. I know for Mistweavers you have Ring of Peace, and for like Druids you have Typhoon. You have different ways to like boop, and like you have Thunderstorm on a Shaman. I don't know if Paladin has anything, right? Like the closest thing would be like Blinding Light. I don't know if that does anything here. Okay, this monk is just standing and everything is killing me. This dungeon only gets harder. Okay, let's dispel the monk. But yeah, Cell is very good. Highly recommend. And yes, definitely give me your feedback. Let me know if you give it a shot and if you like it. And if you just want my profile to start out with, I'd definitely send it to you. For Mistweaver Monk, I also watch Meg, and her videos are cool too, yeah. There are so many good Mistweaver people, but not many of them make videos, and it's kind of a shame. But yeah, she is incredible at the game, like insanely good, for sure. Ooh. I'm kind of worried about this monk here because there's so many frontals, and in the last few dungeons we have not seen many dodges come from this monk. Okay, but yeah, see right here, he wiggled into it. Wiggled into it. I gotta bounce. We'll definitely drop back to your streams. Much appreciated. A follow back. Started streaming a few weeks ago. Any support, much appreciated. Yeah, for sure. Next time I'm hitting the raid button and I see you on, I'll definitely return the favor. But thank you so much for the support. Glad you had a good stream. And go enjoy the rest of your day. And keep up with streaming. Don't give it up. It's fun. And have fun with it. Don't think of it as a job. Just do it for fun. And it'll be more enjoyable. But keep up with it and let me know how you like Cell. Because of you, I've decided to make Mistweaver Monk. I love it so far. I feel like, I'm just gonna say, I feel like I hear that every day. Someone's like, "Hey, I gave Mistweaver a shot, and I love it, and I'm never stopping." For those of you who are on the fence about trying Mistweaver Monk in chat, hear the testimonies. It's a good time. I promise. I'm not lying to you. I'm not biased. I am biased, but I'm not. I promise. Let's speak of Virtue, and we might have to Divine Toll this. Because we won't really need Divine Toll for this boss, I think. But, yeah, let's just press some cooldowns. One thing that I really like about the direction of healers, though, yes, they're very stressful, and yes, healing in general is very stressful, but one upside to that is that healer cooldowns have just trended downward, like not in power level but in cooldown time. So like Chi-Ji, for example, is a 1 minute cooldown. Shaylun's 40-second recharge. Like all these buttons. Divine Toll is a 1 minute cooldown. Like I don't know, you just have so many like short cooldown buttons, whereas you used to just have like Revival and like 3 minute Chi-Ji. Like I don't know, I like that direction at least. Like Beacon of Virtue, 15 seconds. Come on, 15 seconds. Give me Chi-Ji every 15 seconds. Yeah, said it. Would it be broken? Who cares? We deserve it. But it just feels so good, like always feeling like you have an impactful button. And yeah, a lot of people don't like that. They don't like the opposite side of that coin. Like it feels like you always need a high impact button. But I don't know. I think I like to look at. I'm a glass half full kind of guy. And it is nice having a 15-second cooldown, guys. 15 seconds. It's Crazy. Hey, what's up, Nerdies? Welcome, man. Good to see you back. Hopefully you had a good weekend. Hopefully your grind has not been too brutal. Got all your alts done. Anchor said, I've been using Cell for the last couple of weeks, and in my opinions, it's way better than Voodoo or Healbot. I don't know too many people that use Healbot, but I know that the few that I do know do. I have no idea if that made sense, but we're rolling with it. They have really liked Cell more. So yeah, I think it's definitely a clear upgrade over Voodoo. I still think it's pretty even with Grid 2. I think getting, like, having a lot more things just be done for you is good, but having it be more customizable if you know what you're doing is better for Grid 2, but I don't know. I really, really like Sil. Also, Voodoo, I think, was kind of on the Grid 2 camp where it's like you can change anything, but it's just taxing to do so kind of thing, right? I never used Voodoo, but that's kind of what I gathered watching other, I think Mad Skills used it for a while, and I would tune into his streams and he'd be tinkering with it sometimes, and at least that's the vibe I got from it. Uh-oh. They got clobbered. They were in the gas. Easy. And here I am, Nerdy said, here I am wanting a 30-second cooldown spinning crane kick so that it can get its damage omega buffed. Honestly, though, that sounds dope. What's that? Dance of Chi-Ji, right? That's the talent. I only used it for like a couple weeks, so Dance of Chi-Ji was one of my favorite talents that they implemented, but I hated its proc rate. But yeah, Narides, honestly, would Mistweaver Monk be more fun if spinning crane kick just did 10 times the damage but was on a 30-second cooldown? Absolutely. That actually sounds so cool. But if they did that, I think they would have to bake Awakened Jadefire into Ancient Teachings. I would think, right? But that sounds sick. Let's Freedom. Let's Lay on Hands. He is just a Lay on Hands sponge today. Sitting here pressing Holy Shock, I have none available. I'm out of range. Uh-oh. Let's target the big guy. But yeah, dude, okay. Some people would be pretty pissed if that was made, but I don't know, Narides. That actually would be sick. So yeah, I like the major cooldowns being short cooldown, but having like your rotational buttons is a different situation. Let's see. I switched from Voodoo to Cell. It's way easier to understand for me. Voodoo lets you mess with everything. Yeah, and it's like, yeah, that's annoying, especially when a new tier comes out. You're like, ugh, gotta go update my Voodoo profile, you know? That's kind of how it was with Grid. But now that I've swapped to Cell, I do miss some of the functionality of Grid 2, but I'm grateful that I barely had to do anything to set it up to the point that it's at. So it's just a trade-off, you know? It's like convenience versus, you know, optimization, I guess. But yeah. Yeah, Dance of GG procs about twice a minute. So if it was a 30-second cooldown, it would be so constant. Yeah, true. But like, imagine, like you're saying, if they just like turbo giga buffed it. Spinning crane kick now does like 100,000 damage per tick. Like, whoa, you know, like that would be sick if it was an actual cooldown. No, imagine they leave spinning crane kick how it is, but then they just give us a new cooldown called big foot, big kick. And it's just spinning crane kick, but it does 5 times the damage on a 30-second cooldown. I would like that. Maybe I wouldn't like another button to press, but just big kick. I would like. How do we dodge? Oh, we're supposed to get in that. I'm so stupid. Alright, let's go and pop wings. We'll go ahead and link there, and I think we linked to the... I think he broke our link, but our Dawnlight didn't even attach. That's unfortunate. Get some laser beam damage off with the Demon Hunter. Easy solution. Choice node with Dance of Chi-Ji. Ooh. That would be cool. To be completely honest with you, I think Jfire Stomp should just give you a 15 undispellable buff that is just ancient teachings. So no like awakened Jadefire or anything like that. I don't know. I don't know. But the whole undispellable thing kind of tells me that you play PvP Nerdies, right? Or no? Your haste is increased by 2% for each time you apply a Dawn Light. That's good. Dawn Light's active. Your Holy Power Spin is... That's good too. Let's do this one. You get Dance of Big Keek. Oh my gosh. If they made that the spell name, sign me up. we're doing it. Even though I'm already signed up for Mistweaver. I'm signing back up for Mistweaver Monk. You get Dance of Chi-Ji or Big Keek. It's a 30-second cooldown. You just it doesn't even like tell you how much damage it does. It just says big damage, like as its spell tooltip. I think we're cooking. Nerdies, I think you and I need to be on the R&D team. Or the tester team. What do we need? We need glittering ore. Where's my ore? What am I in combat with? Let's go ahead and hop in another queue though. We're just blasting these levels today. Getting closer. What are we at? We're at 77. A little under halfway through. Maybe a third through. Not bad. Not bad progress. Ooh, Ceiling Panda. How much worse do you think fist weaving will be for mythic rating? It's still a bit of ways away. If you're talking about like if you're the problem with using the term fist weaving, especially nowadays, is that there's like so many different interpretations. So if you're personally talking about full on like Chi-Ji all in fist weaving, like trying to get some ancient teachings healing done and stuff, and weaving in Vivify cast like every vivacious proc maybe, it's still a bit of ways behind, because in Mythic, your healing profile matters a lot. And like a 1 minute Chi-Ji, or like a 1.5 minute Chi-Ji if you're going Jade Bond, looks a lot worse than a 1 minute Yulon. You know what I mean? Like that giant ramp. So like, I don't know. I don't know the actual percentage, but I just know that in my testing it was still pretty behind. But the gap is closing. That's all I can say. I know I keep saying that, but then I'll say that, and then another build will be discovered for the Yulon build, you know, and it's like, but yeah, 15 seconds. Sorry, I basically mean just put Ancient Teachings onto Jadefire Stomp as a buff that Jadefire Stomp gives you instead of a talent point. Oh, so you're just saying like bake the two talents together is all you're saying. So it would still functionally be the same thing, but you know, decrease the amount of points you have to put in to get all of it. Yeah, I agree. I think they definitely need to give that treatment to a couple different things. Because you know what our talent tree lacks? Especially when you go to and play like Evoker, you play Paladin as a great example. You look at their talent trees and they have a lot of talents that are literally just like, hey, get 2% versatility. Or hey, here's some leech, like take it, you know? But like Mistweaver doesn't really have that. They have like, oh, here's some like, here's like 2% damage. Cool. I guess that works with your healing, but like I want like a talent that just gives me leech. So like bake some of the stuff together, like Awaken Jadefire and Ancient Concordance, put those on the same thing. Uh-oh, this is awkward. We can immune, right? Yeah. We can dispel one person. But bake those together and give us a talent that just gives us leech, you know? That'd be cool. Maybe I'm just a rat for leech. My guild, we have a Resto Druid in the guild who is like just diehard will gun for leech. If a piece of gear has leech on it, he probably doesn't even sim it. He just equips it. Like that's how much he loves leech. And I think being in this guild has made me also admire leech probably a bit too much. Especially my previous guild. Our guild leader was a Resto Shaman, and he was even more into leech. Like he would just harp on how leech is so good, and all this stuff, but I think it's just because he was bad at the game and would always die and needed the leech to like be tankier and stuff. But yeah. Spell tools tip just says pump. Yeah. Your screen goes black and you just wake up in the Skyrim intro after you press it. Except everyone around you's dead. Mistweaver Monk is the only healing class. Let me not die to this. Is the only healing class I really struggle with for some reason. It definitely has a learning curve. So don't people who don't play it all the time will say it's easy because at the baseline you could just do a base rotation and get somewhere with it, you know? But people who play it all the time can attest to this. It definitely is one of the more complicated specs. It has a lot of different interactions that are always relevant. Like, wherever you are in your rotation, there's something you should be thinking about probably. And just in its baseline, in order to play it optimally, you have to be able to catch procs within the global. So, like, if your Rising Sun Kick resets and you're already hovering your finger over Tiger Palm, you need to be able to catch that Rising Sun Kick in order to be like very like Real Beef 6 says, it's very busy. You're always pressing buttons and there's always an optimal button. So electric guitars, it has a learning curve, and I say that to say don't feel bad if you're struggling with it. Even if you're hearing other people say it's easy, it's not. And that's coming from someone who literally logs in and plays it for 10 hours a day most days, you know. So definitely don't let that discourage you. It's a tough spec, and you're not alone in struggling. That's why I also try to gear my guides a bit more toward the beginner. Hey, Lucky Number 82 back with another sub. Okay, Lucky Number 82. I told my mom about the hype train from last week, and she was like, "Oh my God, make sure and tell that person thank you." So, Lucky Number 82. My mom says thank you for the hype train level 7. There you go. But what I was saying is, and thank you for the Prime sub. We all love taking money from Jeff Bezos. It's just our favorite pastime. So I appreciate the support, and I appreciate that aspect of it. Whew, okay. Yeah, I try to gear my guides to be a bit more beginner friendly because I don't know. I just think that's important. It's important as a player to have access to one very in-depth guide and one very beginner guide, you know. I think that's just important. You should have a variety of content. And I don't know, I don't want people to think like they need to jump in at the max level right once you start, because that's just not the case. So hopefully that comes across. And if also, you guys know this, I am so obsessed with this game and with this spec that if you ever have any questions, do not feel like you're bothering me. I get YouTube comments a lot like, I'm sure you've been asked this so many times, I'm so sorry to make you type it again. I was like about to get out of my car. I was already late for the Magic tournament yesterday, but I saw that I got a comment from someone who was like, hey, I'm new to the game, and I noticed in your guide you said like, hey, I recommend this stat weight, but being a new player, I don't really know what you mean by these things and stuff. So I literally sat there for like 10 minutes typing a long reply to them, explaining everything that I know about stat weights. I love doing it. So if you guys ever need me to explain something a bit more, or just something's not clicking, let's get to the root of it. You know, like earlier today with Holy Paladin, someone was like, I feel like sometimes I get caught without a button to press. Like, what am I doing wrong? And I think I just talked through it, and hopefully we found a way to help with that. You know, like I enjoy doing this. Like before YouTube, my hobbies outside of YouTube and WoW are, I love playing like complicated board games. If you sit down with me and we're playing, you know, if I go to a board game night and someone's playing like, you know, like Life, and then the other people are playing like something like Azul or something that's like a bit more complicated, I would prefer to play that one, you know? So I enjoy figuring things out. And also, my background is I was very heavy into math throughout my entire life because I love problem solving. So all that to say, you're not alone. I'll help you out. Whatever. Let's see. I have to watch your latest content though, where the algorithm will punish me for not obeying his/her orders. Let's be real here, it has to be she. Yes, the algorithm is absolutely a she, and she commands everything. We follow the algorithm, and it blesses us with its almighty power. For sure. For those that don't know, me and Lucky Number 82 have weird banter going on in YouTube comments about the algorithm, so. Oh god. But yeah, level 7 hype train, very much thanks to Lucky Number 82. What's your thoughts on Mistweaver raid healing? Is the throughput still nasty? What makes the other healers like HPAL better? So it's really tough to give like an answer to this question about like the current power level, like what makes them better is what I'm kind of speaking to, because balancing's gonna hit, especially after Race the World First. People are gonna be like, oh my god, like this healer spec is crazy, like they need a nerf, and Blizzard's gonna be like, yes, and like nerf them. But Mistweaver healing is still really good, and Mistweaver's kind of going into the same, in my opinion, if you ask me, they're going a little bit the same way that Evoker is, where there are a couple of different, very similar builds that just do a couple things differently that are pretty fight dependent. So for example, like on Evokers, if it's a stacked fight, like everyone's stacked, you can go the Spirit Bloom or the little Emerald Blossom, whatever that thing's called, build, and it does really well. Or if it's not a stacked fight, you can go like their other build, like, you know, and it does really well, like that kind of thing. Mistweaver's in a similar boat now, where if you're on a fight where you get to stand still and just be stacked on the boss for most of the fight, the Rising Mist build is crazy, and the healing profile is really good. But if there's any amount of movement, which there are some fights, like there's one fight where you, if you, I'm not going to spoil any of the fights. I'm just going to kind of loosely talk about the mechanics. So if you're someone who likes to kind of stay in the dark about raid fights, I'm not going to ruin anything. But there are quite a couple of bosses where you have to move, like, without spoiling anything. There's one that does kind of like tug you around the room outside of your will. There's one where you just have to chase the boss around and like do some things and stuff. But because I know there are some people that don't want raid fights spoiled, so I'm trying to be careful here. But so there are some fights where you have to be on the move, and obviously it's a lot harder to get full value, especially in fights where you get picked for mechanics while also trying to stack on the boss. It's very hard to get full value out of that build, so you can just literally go the Tier of Morning old school build and like clap, like it's crazy. So I think it's in a great spot, and you have more options than you used to, which I think is a good sign, a good point to be in for a spec. And then back to the question of what makes like paladins better. I don't know what's gonna be better right now, but I know what you're trying. I know what you're asking. Is like, hey, what? Like another way to kind of reword that question and give like a better answer is, why do like pros who are like Echo, for example, why do they pick the 4 healer core that they do? And a lot of that is tuning. So it's like, oh, this healer's just healing a lot. Like if you look back at Sarkareth, when they were fighting Sarkareth, a lot of groups just went with Mistweaver because our healing profile was crazy for that fight. A 1 minute ramp that does like 800k healing was crazy for Sarkareth. So that's a big reason. But the reason why some groups like historically have chosen things like Holy Paladin over Mistweaver is when Holy Paladin is doing a good amount of healing, not only are they doing a good amount of healing, they also bring a lot of mitigation to the group. So if you look at Holy Paladin's hero talent tree, like right now I have an aura going that just gives 3% damage mitigation to all forms of damage that hits the party. And whenever I pop Aura Mastery, which is one of my 3-minute cooldowns, it bumps it up to like a 15% or 8% or something crazy. Like you can mitigate more damage that hits your party on top of healing a lot. And that's kind of the place that Holy Paladin's in. They're healing a lot while also mitigating a lot. So then one thing that I never hear talked about, so I'm sorry if I'm going to go off on like a nerdy little healer tangent here, but hopefully maybe someone likes it out there. But one thing you never hear about is, why do Race to World First guilds value mitigation over healing or over throughput? Like, why historically, like, think back in Shadowlands, why was Disc Priest and Holy Paladin valued over something like Resto Druid when they were healing a lot, or Mistweaver Monk when they were healing a lot? Why were they then still taking Holy Paladin and Disc Priest? And it's because if you think about the content they're doing, they are under geared trying to take on these bosses. So these bosses are going to be hitting them harder than normal. And whenever you mythic raid, bosses are going to be hitting you harder than you're used to. So if you can mitigate more of that damage, you're scaling your player's power off of the incoming damage number. So instead of scaling off of your gearing, which is what healing does, if I holy shock someone, it calculates the healing based on my stats. But if I mitigate damage coming into the party, it's calculating that mitigation, the value of that mitigation, based on the damage that you're taking in. Hey, what's up, Luffy? Welcome in. So that's historically, to answer your question, why things like Holy Paladin seem to get more play in raid, because mitigation it mitigates a higher number than your healing heals at those levels where you're pushing content, kind of thing. I don't know. Hopefully that made sense, but there you go. There's the longest answer to the shortest question. Luck number 82 said, so I already have HPAL, Shaman, Evoker, Druid, and Priest level 80. 3 of them pretty geared. They are all so much fun. Yeah, you actually have a stacked roster. You got some of the more fun healer specs. I do have to point out, though, lucky number 82, you don't have Monk. If you don't have Monk, what are you doing? Monk is the healer spec, the most fun healer spec. If you're looking for something to do, then absolutely gear up a Monk, lucky number 82. Couldn't recommend more. But yeah, R-Star, if you haven't picked up on it, your question was an excellent question, because you saw just how much of a tangent that sent me on. So I appreciate, 1, you for showing up and hanging out, but 2, you for asking an amazing question. For sure. Why streamers so daddy? Okay, Luffy, calm down. Get this man a sponge. Get him a sponge. Oh, God. Say, what now? If you could change one racial, what would it be? No, Nerdies. If you're wondering why... So Marty who came in and gifted earlier and said something just as weird. Marty and Luffy are my personal... Like, they're real-life friends, so they're just the best friends you could ask for. Like, the most supportive people. Who else would come in and tune into a stream for a game that you don't even play? You know what I mean? Like, just... My friend group is great, so we give them the weird thing to say pass, for sure. Oh, God. Because I see your say what? Or like, whoa, whoa, whoa. What's this guy saying? But yeah, definitely have the best support system. Like, when things get tough, I know for sure my friends are there for me. So yeah, I like the answer. Well, hey, I appreciate it. Because I was definitely, every time I give like an answer like that, I kind of feel bad. Because sometimes people just come and they want like a one-word answer, you know? And I get that. But some questions are like, man, that question's hard to answer quickly. Luffy has the wild card? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I made Monk in Shadowlands a good while. That's why is last. Ah, okay. I skipped Dragonflight completely because of either raid lead or real life, but I get that. I get that. Why is the lamp on in the background? For ambiance, Luffy. For ambiance. No, I used to not have that lamp there, and I did not like the way it lit. But having some form of backlighting, right now though, Luffy, you can see here it's daytime, but whenever I record a video at night, having that backlight really makes my lighting better. So I've just kind of gotten in the habit of turning it on before I stream. So yeah, that's why. But yeah, it's kind of like wearing your sunglasses at night. Also, sometimes when I stream, like, it gets really dark early, so like we're kind of prepped for that. Like, if it does end up getting dark, hey, we already have the lamp on, kind of thing. Let's be real. We're all playing video games midday. It's okay to be a bit lazy. Whoa. Oh, there he is. He's dead there. You hate to see it. What we get for doing mechanics in the fight. I really need to get into the habit of relying on Holy Prism more. Kind of like, what was it, Season 1 of Dragonflight? Holy Prism ranked, because it worked with our tier set back then. It might have been Season 1, it might have been Season 2. It was whatever season Court of Stars was a thing, I think. Luffy redeemed ad time? Add you? Oh, God. I have to honor the redemption. Oh, God. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Let me open it up. uh... We're also about to hop into a queue, so let me heal up this teammate, and then I always heal up my teammates before we leave. How do I do that? Let's hop into a queue, because we are level 77, close to 78. We're getting there before we leave. Ah, that's me. That's my voice. Is that what I sound like? Really? That sucks. All right, creator dashboard. Manage stream. That's what we're doing. All right. All right, let's hop into a queue and I'll play an ad. So go grab your drinks. We did get an ad time redeemed. See you on the other side. Oh, that's so funny. Some people are masochists. Okay, let's... What do we got? We still have to do this quest, though. We have 8 more ore. For those of you who don't see ads, some people, there is like some kind of thing in Twitch. Some people are not currently. Enjoy your day / night. Enjoy your day / night, everyone. May the Lord / light be with you. I appreciate you, Illidari. Thanks for hanging out. Go enjoy your night. I know it's getting late, especially in EU. So go enjoy your night. Spend it with people that you love, and I appreciate you hanging out with us. It was good. It was good talking to you. I'm glad you found my Paladin video. Like, just in time, too. Oh, goodness. That's funny. I'm glad I made it. By the way, why is this sub goal not already completed? Oh, goodness. Is it not? It should be. Let me change my sub goal, because we've already absolutely shattered the one that we're at. Lucky number 82. You gotta calm down. You are the GOAT. Oh my goodness. Dude, okay, so congrats to DatKiddo1, Ralph Morick, Chibi Toriyuri, Hero Jakey, and Grandpa Finch for the gifteds, but thank you so much, lucky number 82. What is our sub goal? Is it not already shattered? Lucky number 82, have you not already just solo shattered this? Like, it's crazy. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me make sure our sub goal is showing. It should be. Oh man. You were the GOAT, dude. I appreciate you so much. You have no idea. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I thought we were up there. Uh-oh. I'm gonna be that guy. Seriously, the GOAT, lucky number 82. Oh god. Where's the team? My butt pulled. I'm coming. I'm bringing friends. I'm coming. I'm so sorry. Okay. We'll deal with those guys later. I had a cool idea for a talent. What if each time we Tiger Palmed, it stacks 100% damage buffs on a spinning crankcake up to... Oh, okay, that's a lot of damage. What would that be? An extra 1,000 damage? Oh god, it's getting so scary. Let's... Hold on, we have to turbo heal. Give me a second. Whew. I just healed my little heart out. I don't know if they had killed a mini boss or not. I was kind of coming into this dungeon a bit late. And it looks like they failed this boss once and kicked their healer, so you love that. But no, we survived. There it is. That would be crazy. I don't know if it would go off Tiger Palm. I think a better way to make that talent actually be doable would be to make it off of your Rising Sun Kick. So every time you cast Rising Sun Kick, you gain a stack. Holy crap, how much did we heal? Dude, we healed for like 500,000. That is crazy. But yeah, definitely think... to be fair, I calced it already, and you can fit roughly 20 spinning crank kicks into about 30 seconds with its like channel time and everything. Yeah, so I mean, like the problem with those talents is they'd have to be even worth it. So I think the way to make that talent worth it, because in AoE packs, I guess that what would be cool about that talent though, Nerdies, is maybe like you get one pack where it's just like you're fighting a boss and like you're just single target damaging, and then that incentivizes you to like your next spinning crank kick, your first one in that next pool will be giga damage. But then that does kind of create like a bad loop of your first spinning crank kick in a pack doing a lot of damage isn't really good because no one's going to get healed that much for it. You know what I mean? So you have to think about like the practicality whenever you're making talents like that. And I think you're onto something, but I think making it your Rising Sun Cakes would stack it up slower, meaning that you wouldn't come into a pack with like 10 stacks that often, and you could like sit on it longer, I think. It also helps you in single target damage. That's true. That is true. Because you could stack it up to a point where it's actually worth pressing, like you're saying. Yeah. That's good. But yeah, I definitely think stacking it, instead of off of Tiger Palms, stacking it off of Rising Sun Kicks would be a little bit better of a way. And it would be more fitting. Or off like Blackout Kick. No, because then you could just stack it off of one Blackout Kick. I definitely think Rising Sun Kick would make a better play pattern with that. That's just me.
Will fall at our feet. By the Emperor's will.
Yeah, lucky number 82. I 100% agree. These packs are going to be brutal in Mythic Plus. I definitely think they're going to have to nerf the consecration damage, because it does so much off the first tick, even in these normal dungeons. So I can imagine in Mythic Plus, if all else stays the same, those things are gonna hurt, and tanks are gonna have to be like really slow pulley in this dungeon. But in Mythic Plus, I think this first boss is gonna be easy because I doubt anyone's gonna skip the mini bosses. Hey yo, a one hand? Sign me up. Equip that. Love that. Hand of Belladar. What does it look like? How do we see what it looks like? I don't know. I forget. Do you think the Rising Mist build in raid is actually viable? Oh yeah, I definitely think it's definitely viable. I do think it's fight dependent more than people think, because having tested a lot of fights on the raid and in the beta, there are definitely a lot that require a lot of movement. And there's a lot of fights that have a lot of like RNG on who they're gonna select to do things. So there's there will be some fights where it's like easy, you go the Rising Mist build if you can get away with it. But I definitely think it's more of a discussion versus some bosses. Like, should we risk going the Rising Mist build? Because like we won't get full uptime on it, you know, like that kind of thing. So it's definitely gonna be a get in there and give it a shot thing. But yeah, definitely, yeah. If you're asking, do I think the Rising Mist build is gonna be good? Oh yeah, it's gonna be very good. Yeah, definitely. I definitely made a guide on a completely different build than yeah, Mega said. So, but that build I've been testing a lot. It's crazy. It is definitely crazy. I did a lot of testing on beta with a Rising Mist build, but it was before the changes to Jade Bond, so I didn't get much testing in the new Jade Bond at all. But yeah, it's looking really good with all the new synergies. So that build, if you're asking if it's viable, the answer is like the easiest yes of my life. But will it be like a 100% of the time thing? I don't know. I think the builds are closer than you would think, but there's a lot of variance with each one, so it just kind of depends on the fight. Main problem is it's not interruptible, and they come in. Yeah, it's not in. You can't stop it from happening. They just come in and do it. Come in an instant, 2 ticks, and you're a goner for sure. I definitely think, though, lucky number 82 to that. I think as a healer, we're going to be either told to like heavily watch out for it or prep for it, or they're going to tune it down a bit. And I'm hoping it's the latter of those. because it's definitely scary. Definitely a scary mechanic. Hey, did we level up? No, the Warlock hit 80. Hopefully they finish the dungeon with us. I've had someone who immediately after hitting 80, they left the dungeon. And that doesn't really make sense because... Oh no, they got hit by it. Is it me? Oh, it is me. Uh-oh. I was like, what is that under my feet? Now I know. But it doesn't really make sense to leave a dungeon right once you hit 80. Because, like, you're still going to have to run some hero dungeons. Or some normal dungeons. So, I don't know why people do that. But I think they just hit 80, they get excited, hit leave group, you know? Which is funny. Okay, we have wings. We have a lot of stuff. Let's just go and pop wings. Let's link to the boss. Do some big damage. Order mastery, that dot damage. We all got hit by that. Easy peasy. Guess we get divine toll. Alright. Yeah, I'm definitely excited for Mistweaver and Raid this tier because I think there are a lot of different builds that specialize in a lot of different things. And like one is just pure, like the Rising Mist build does have the theoretical highest maximum. And that's why I spent so much time testing Rising Mist on the beta, because I was like, this theoretically, I mean, it has the higher ceiling, right? But then you test it and you realize, man, this is I don't know, like it's not good versus this boss is what you come down to, kind of thing. Hi Poppy, do you have your Plater profile linked anywhere? I do. It's in my Discord. Let me link you my Discord. It's all available to download. It's not the Plater profile is one of the only parts of my UI that I did not make, so I want to give full credit to the person that did make it. It's another streamer named oh, someone just sent me a nice message, but it's another streamer named like Galea TV, Galea.ggtv or something like that. So, big shout outs to them. But yeah, it's in my Discord. If you go to let me find the section, my UI. If you go to the my UI section of my Discord, my friend is messaging me probably, hey, do you want to play Smite? Shout out to Knights, but where is it? It is this one, Galea GGTV Plater profile. It's a good Plater profile for sure, but I definitely think I've moved past it. I definitely think I've used it for too long to where I'm like, okay, I want something new. So personally, I plan on using Vesperal TVs this tier. I definitely just need to go ahead and download it so I can get used to it, but this one's still very good for sure. It looks exactly like my old that I lost, lol. Oh, then you probably got it from the same source that I did. I'm hopping off. Have a great stream. Thanks for the stream. Hey, Ceiling Panda, thank you so much for the support. It's always amazing to talk to you, so appreciate you coming by and hanging out. But go enjoy your night. Not gonna hold you here. Not yet, at least. Maybe once the season starts, we'll hold you here and tell you no, you can't get off yet. But no, at least for now, you're allowed. You're allowed to leave. But no, I just appreciate you guys more than you know. So thank you. If you're watching now, if you want a little sappy moment, thank you so much for all the support, guys. Ugh. We're coming up. Luckily, we're still doing normal dungeons, or else people would like do the whole leaving thing. Have they already implemented the punishment, or is that coming tomorrow, like with reset? I'm pretty sure it's coming with the reset. I would think it's coming with the reset, but the whole like punishing for leaving this dungeon early, because people are just doing the first boss then leaving. They want the trinket. I was watching another streamer. Usually I call out streamers like when I'm saying good things, but this is, depending on how you see it, this might make you lose some respect, but they're just doing what the game's asking you to. But I was watching another streamer farm for this trinket, doing the whole like kill the first boss leave thing. It was so funny because you could just see that they felt so bad. It was funny though. I was trying to be like, look, it's fine, you're fine. Like we, as a viewer, we don't care, you know. Do your thing.
I don't have a target.
I did not lose respect for you, just... Oh. Is there something over here that we have to kill, or...? Yeah, I definitely do like this plater profile a lot. I do think when I first downloaded it, I think I had the colors different, and I kind of missed those colors because it was a lot easier to tell which one you're targeting, but right now it's just a slightly different color than what you have currently. Yeah, but I think the only thing that I don't like about this is the colors. The color scheme that's on there. I'm kind of over it. All the blues they just all look the same to me currently. Oof, I think he updated the profile because it looks way different. Back to looking. Okay, I'll try to see if I can send it to you, Nessia. If you want to, you can message me in-game, and I can party up with you and just share it very easily with you after this dungeon. So yeah, my name is this. It's this pink one, Trizon. Oh no, someone just fell off. Hate to see it. But my name is Trizon, and I think this character is on Bleeding Hollow. So, or if you want to post your in-game name, I'll definitely send you a message and try to get you this profile for sure. But to me, it just doesn't feel right me posting this profile because it's literally just someone else's, but I think he has updated it like you said. I don't know, I don't want to be posting this in my Discord as if it were mine kind of thing, you know? Are you EU? I am in A. Or US. So maybe that does stop things. Oof. Well, here, send me a message on Discord then. I'll see if I can just send you the import string. It'll be very sus, and I might get banned from Discord because it'll look like I'm trying to hack you, but it'll be the import string. Okay, so you can stun those guys. I always just kick those casts, but you can stun them, which is interesting. Makes them a lot easier to deal with. This web mage, I kind of want to know if you can stun this guy too. Man, I'm just like racking up the gold though on leveling these alts. You don't think about it, but you kind of do get like hundreds of gold each dungeon just from killing these mobs.
You'll falter my sword.
Oh. Do your worst, boss. Easiest boss of my life. Yeah, I'll try a message on Discord. Yeah, and I'll definitely try and get it to you. Is it also, correct me, is it Nessia? Nessia, or is it like Nisha? Nisha? I would think it's Nessia, right? Just correct me on how to say your screen name. Kaduku, the old goat returns. What's up, Kaduku? Hey, we just reached the sub goal too. Why is it just now notifying us? That's so late. But yeah, the goat lucky number 82 reached the sub goal probably like 30 minutes ago at this point. Why am I sitting here rooted? But sub goal reached and Kaduku returned. Say amnesia and then remove the am. Okay, so amnesia. Okay, gotcha. Hey, that's a good way to explain it. Okay, amnesia. Well, nice to meet you, amnesia. I'll get you this plater profile for sure. Oh, okay. So Specky93 just subbed, so maybe that's what pushed us over. Interesting. Okay, but hey, thank you for the Prime sub. Y'all know I always say this whenever a Prime sub happens. It's either you give it to a streamer or Jeff Bezos gets it. So definitely make sure you're not sitting on your Prime sub. I'm not trying to say throw it my way, but throw it to a streamer's way. I always make sure first thing I do the first of each month is just refresh it on like a streamer. The smaller the streamer, the better. So I appreciate your support, Specky, a ton. Let's get here. Appreciate you so much. Thank you all for the support. Even just being here, lurking in chat, you have no idea how much every little bit just adds up. I appreciate you guys. Amnesia, or remove the am. But Kaduku, how have you been? Kaduku, what are you maining this tier? Because I know you're You flop around. Hey, all, trying to get back into things. Which healer has the least amount of buttons, or maybe least amount of cooldowns available to them? Ooh, that's a tough one. Ooh, that's a tough one. So not Resto Druid. Holy Priest only has one cooldown, maybe two. Always Monk, brother. That's what I'm talking about. Holy Priest has Apotheosis, but kind of other buttons, so probably not Holy Priest. Disc Priest has like the same rotation all the time, but I cannot recommend a newer player playing Disc Priest. It's just hard. Monk has a lot going on, but it's a good time. But if I'm being 100% real with you, Holy Paladin, so here's the thing with Holy Paladin. You have this many cooldowns, which on the surface is like, whoa, okay, that's a lot of cooldowns. You have like 5 or 6 cooldowns. Well, I guess not this one, but you have like four actual cooldowns, plus this one has like a mini 15-second cooldown. You have a couple of cooldowns, but the thing is most of them literally just enhance what you're already doing, or like Divine Toll is just a big shock of healing on all 5 people. So like they're very easy cooldowns. So Paladin's probably a good answer, and your base rotation is like the same 5 buttons over and over and over. And then these cooldowns, like I said, they just enhance your power, like make you have more crit rate and do more healing and damage and things like that. So those same 5 rotational buttons are still what you press within your cooldowns, kind of thing. Monk is very similar in the sense that like you have the same few buttons that you press over and over, like Jade Fire Stomp, Rising Sun Kick, your other 2 punches and kicks, those kind of things, and Vivifies. But there is like a lot of like Kaduku said, always Monk. Nerdy said Monk only has a few, and Monk's CDs can feel a bit weak sometimes. Yeah, it's just, I don't know if Monk is in its most beginner-friendly place that it's ever been in right now, but it's always a good one to start with. Play at like lower key levels. I'm leaning to say, because like Resto Shaman also, it's very easy, but it has a lot of buttons to learn. So if you just want the least amount of buttons, it feels so weird to say this, but like in your rotation, Holy Paladin has very few buttons, and their cooldowns are pretty easy to understand. So Holy Paladin's good, and then probably like Resto Shaman or Mistweaver as my second or third. That was a bad answer, but it's a tough question, Avidity. It's a tough question. I've always found Holy Priest to be one of the easier healers to play. Yeah, Holy Priest was designed to be the easy healer. Yeah, Holy Priest was designed to be the easy healer, but I think the problem is Holy Priest is like, it's kind of undertuned to the point of like, it makes it harder. You know what I mean? Maybe that's a weird thing to say, but because like tuning's hard to bring into the equation, but you definitely have to like overcommit to certain packs that feel kind of bad with Holy Priest right now. I don't know, it's just a tough question. Celestial's good, but requires other buttons to use effectively. Shaylin's gift feels underwhelming now. True. Revival does not do too much healing, but Dispels, and Kano is about the only true CD we have. Hey, come on, put respect on Chi-Ji's name. Chi-Ji is the best cooldown in the entire game. You cannot change my mind. But yeah, Mistweaver. The thing about Mistweaver is like you can play it in like Mythic Zeros and Heroic Dungeons, like low-level Mythic keys, and have a very simple time. But the moment that you start pushing your key level to a point that challenges you as the player to branch out in how you're doing your rotation and be as optimal as possible, then it becomes very complicated very quickly. So if you're someone who just like wants to do a few dungeons every week and just do your weekly vault keys, Mistweaver is a great answer. But if you're someone who's like, I want to pick up a class early and play it a lot and push it, then it's probably not the #1 best answer, but it's still like up there, you know. But also, you're asking a Mistweaver streamer, so also weigh in some of the bias, I guess, and yeah. You always have to think about that. Like I know I feel like most questions people ask me, it kind of devolves to me answering Mistweaver, and I try for it not to. But I also try to make it known to you guys. There's gonna be some bias in my answers, but also it's like, if you're asking a Mistweaver streamer what's the easiest healer, they're most likely gonna say Mistweaver as one of them. Probably not the easiest, but as one of them because it's easier to them. You know what I mean? So I don't know. So I try not to give that as the answer, but yeah, but here we are.
They're attacking our injured.
Yeah, also Mistweaver does have a new cooldown this tier, so
Must defend my people.
what level are we? 78. We're still a level and a half away. It's 5 p.m., which is about the time that I usually call it, so I think we're gonna go ahead and end the stream here, guys. It's been a fun one. It's been actually a short one because I started late, but got some stuff to do, got some stuff in the works. But definitely hit me up on Discord, especially if you have questions or want some of my UI. I'll definitely try to get to you. But if you have any suggestions for videos or just videos that you want to see within these first few weeks while things are still kind of easy and breezy and there's no challenging content that I can make videos on, definitely come here to the video suggestion tab and post things, because you'd be surprised. A lot of ideas that I get are from you guys because you have good ideas. And like I said, I try to make the videos that you want to see. So definitely feel free to post. Like literally, if it's the most obscure thing, I'll still consider it, you know? So definitely go there. But guys, I've had a blast. Like always, happy Labor Day. Go enjoy your time off or whatever. Okay, I didn't pull those guys, but I appreciate y'all for hanging out. Hopefully y'all got the mount today. If not, I'll see you guys on Wednesday. We're going to finish out the Paladin if I don't do that tonight already, or we're going to do some Disc Priest leveling, so it's going to be a fun time. But guys, I'll see you then. Daniel, let me link it to you because I don't have that working on YouTube. I will link it, so here you go. Give me a second. But there, for those of you watching on YouTube, that is my Discord link. But guys, it's been fun. Go enjoy your Monday. I'll see you next time. See you on Wednesday. Until then, take care, everyone. Bye, guys. Thanks for the support. Oh, it's too late now, but I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone. Bye, Kaduku. Sorry you just showed up, Kaduku, but it's good seeing you. I'd say Resto Shami is pretty easy to heal, but it has so much on their toolkit. Yeah, that's why I didn't say Resto Shami, because it just has a lot of buttons.